Ayo, top 5 rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Okay, I started the live stream and I just realized I missed something. Gotta have the lights. We gotta have proper lighting. Hold on. 1 second. No technical difficulties. We do it live though, you know what I mean? Hold on. All right. I know y'all used to the purple. I'm thinking, should I do a different color? Blue, yellow, red. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Okay, you gotta have the mood lighting. Gotta have the mood lighting. So anyway, welcome back. Another Friday live stream. I think y'all can pretty much see the title. What we're gonna be talking about today. It's Joey Badass. The whole battle between Joey and the West Coast, it appears to be over. It seems like people have stopped dropping diss records, aside from a few stragglers. So we're going to talk about I think it's a pretty much unanimous decision victory by Joey Badass. But first, we always start these live streams going over the new content on the channel. Shout out to everybody in the chat, Mike4PF0. Boom. New videos. We just dropped one yesterday. About y'all guy, Glasses Malone. I know y'all love Glasses Malone because he's a huge Kendrick supporter, but he said some foolish stuff, so we just covered that. Got a video about, this is probably one of my favorite videos I've done recently about 1999, the Joey Badass mixtape. And then some more stuff, mostly covering the battle. But we also had this Pusha T video, Grammys Are Dumb, which kind of covers Pusha T's song Infrared. So 2 song breakdowns, the Pusha T joint, the Joey Badass joint, and then just current news. Most of last week has been the battle. Oh, and then the Ray Vaughn album review too, but that was 8 days ago. So technically not last week. So anywho, let's get to this. 93 songs. It's according to the company, man. 93 songs in this Joey Badass battle. 93 between 49 rappers. This is crazy. Joey Badass, I mean, we got familiar names. Joey Badass. In Daylight, you got some lesser known names like Lil Poppy and Curtis King. And then you got some names from yesteryear like Mick Jenkins. Razcast dropped what? Dime a Dozen. I remember Dime a Dozen from probably like 2012 or something, 2013. Eastside K-Boy. I mean, everyone tried to jump in on this to get, some to try to get some listeners, man. I can't say that I blame them, especially if you're one of these lesser known artists. Why not jump in? If people like your diss record, it may give you a career. So shout out to the chat, True Thought. What up? Legacy 9 Ether says, how you tripping? Daylight only stopped because someone in the background told him he was putting out all his secrets. How did he win? I'll explain how Joey won right now. 1v48, right? Right? So it's not even a 20v1. It's a 1v48. Obviously, some of these guys were on Joey's side, like CJ Fly, Nick Caution, Kai Cash. But yeah, in terms of the artists that people actually knew and kind of cared about, it was like Joey Badass versus like 5 people. And it was a resounding victory. I find it crazy that all it took was Joey Badass song and now the K-Bots are acting like Drake fans. Actually, the K-Bots is crazy, man. You know what's funny? I took a lot of heat over the past year, right? For simply just calling out Kendrick fans. Only at certain times, though. I remember this video I made 9 months ago. Kendrick Lamar has a toxic fan base. Worst fan base is what I said. The question. I saw this, what month was this? In July, after the battle ended. And people tried to tell me, I didn't know I was talking about, oh, you not like us. People, I lost a lot of subscribers and lost a lot of goodwill within the K-Bot community, because I'm grandfather K-Bot. I'm like one of the longest reigning K-Bots of them all, right? But I lost a lot of goodwill because I have the unmitigated gall to critique Kendrick's music and specifically his fan base. I really don't have much bad to say about Kendrick. He's my favorite rapper. But I will aim at his fan base, right? a certain portion of his fan base, right? Because I just find them extremely annoying. But I think people are starting to see what I'm saying. So let me see if I can find this tweet right quick. Or right here. So this is by Zay. This is someone who actually subscribed to me, saw my takes, then unsubscribed, and then subscribed again. So I think they started to understand, like, yo, this person or not unsubscribed, but they unfollowed me because probably I said something about Kendrick's fans or something like that. And then they started to realize what I'm saying is true. Then they probably doubled back and was like, yo, I unfollowed this guy. He has great content. And what he was saying was true. I understand what he was saying was true. He said, I hate the fact that Kendrick gained a weird portion of fans after the beef. Some of y'all are worse than OV hoes. And that's saying something. Y'all act like y'all know Kendrick personally. Come on, ain't this what I be saying? If Kendrick met some of y'all, he would want to stay far away from you weirdos. Shit creepy. And again, this is one of the people who slandered me for aiming at Kendrick's fan. I actually don't remember exactly why they unfollowed me. People unfollow me all the time. But this is a person who's like had bad words for me. Then they came back because they probably realized, damn, dude was low key spitting. I said I was called a hater and told you not like us when I pointed this out. People slowly been realizing what I've been saying. I'm ahead of my time for real. I am ahead of my time with my hip hop takes. I'll just be too early. The things I say it too early. I think if I just wait like 4 months, it'll cook a little better. I think I say my stuff too early. And so because I say it too early, it just sounds crazy. It just sounds crazy. But if I just wait a little bit longer, then people will be like, oh yeah, I can see what he's saying. Like when I said the thing about the GNX features, and this is going to be a perfect segue into the Joey Badass topic and why I think Joey Badass won, right? And then we're going to react to a couple videos. We're going to react to a Wayno video, and we're going to react to Figgmunity. And then Akademiks he said something about the battle that I kind of want to dig into. But this is going to be a perfect transition, right? Remember when I said, yo, I don't want to hear gang banging shit on a Kendrick Lamar album. I would rather Kendrick Lamar give those features to people who are more serious about music, less serious about the gang banging. You remember what people told me? People try to act like, well, so you saying gang members can't be talented? Da, da, da. Malcolm X said, okay. But now people are, I think, starting to understand. What did G Malone say this past week? And I done a video on this. G Malone implied Kid Cudi ain't hip hop because he ain't keeping it street. And people is now on G Malone's head like, yo, why is y'all always chiming in with this street stuff? Ain't this what I was saying? We don't want to hear this, man. And especially, okay, it's one thing to see G Malone wax poetic about street life and how it applies to Kid Cudi on Twitter. My thing about GNX was I don't want to hear this. Like Twitter, you're going to hear all types of bad opinions and opinions that you don't want to hear. Like I didn't sign up for this. But on a Kendrick album, when I listen to a Kendrick album, I'm definitely not signing up to hear gangbanging shit. So I don't want to hear it when I turn on the Kendrick album. This is why I don't like those features on GNX. I think they're just badly placed. And this is my whole thing, right? But then people slowly come around to it. So I think people are slowly coming around to it. So yeah, man, I find that rich. Anyway, Joey Badass, what do I think he won? Let me get to that. Let's read the chat right quick. You think Kendrick gonna bring out those features on tour tonight or tomorrow? I mean, I haven't been following the GNX tour at all. I only see like when a rapper tours, it's not something I've ever even done a video on like tours and what's happening at the tour. To be honest, I don't care. I could have gone to the GNX tour. The only show that I've thought about going to in the past year was the Pop Out. And I was close to buying a ticket because, I don't stay that far from, SoFi. Where did the Pop Out happen? Was it Crypto or is it SoFi that it happened at? I mean, they're not far from each other. I don't stay far from it, but I just don't like stadium shows. And it was too much money. Like the resale tickets was just crazy. And it was like, yeah. Some of y'all is balling. I'm not balling like that yet. Joey erased every diss record with Crash Dummy. Look, is he in the chat? Like, come on, man. I just read his tweet and he in the chat. West Coast is strong until the East gets involved. I'll get to that too. I'll get to that. The phrasing of West versus East is so silly because there are millions of people in each area. Well, I think the West versus East, I don't think it's bad phrasing, or I don't think it's improper to say that because it was West Coast artists versus East Coast artists. Even back during the actual East-West beef, like with whole Biggie and Pac, people back then felt like you did, Cinder. Like, this is dumb to phrase it like this. But I mean, that's what it was, though. What it was. Hopefully it doesn't evolve into some street stuff. Joey kept it cool and fly and skated over to BS. Okay, let me get to Joey. So Joey, let's go back to this long list of diss records. Firstly, I will start by saying, again, another one of my old takes. I'm just going to toot my horn this live stream. Another one of my old takes on an old video I said. I was at the Grand Canyon when I made this video. If I can find it. Yeah, I said West Coast rap is in a bad place right now. I was at the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And I said it's in a bad place. Kendrick had just dropped GNX. This video is from November 24th. So I think GNX might not have even been 2 or 3 days old. And then what are people saying? Oh, the West Coast is up. The West Coast is up. No, the West Coast is not up. Kendrick is up. Kendrick is up. And this Joey Badass battle proves this. Look at the art. One man, Joey, took out like 4 or 5 dudes. Rayvon, I mean, at a certain point, like Rayvon was so into this, right? Because this is like the biggest moment of his career. And by the way, Rayvon, why isn't Rayvon dropping music right now? Rayvon, this is like the biggest moment of your entire career. Rayvon may never get a moment bigger than this. I think he will. I think he'll end up with a hit record or something that charts, or at least be a feature on one, because I think he has a sound that people can resonate with. But we don't know for sure, right? Rayvon, this could be the biggest moment you'll ever have. Why aren't you dropping a mixtape? Why aren't you featuring on? You should be going on a feature run, killing features, jumping on anything you can. Radio silence. And Rayvon was so into this at first. I think he just ran out of things to say. But anyway, you got Rayvon. Who else jumped in on this from the West? AZ Chike, who's again one of them GNX features. He dropped one song and it was, I mean, come on, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, Hit a J3, who's been getting clowned all week. Another GNX feature. He's been getting clowned all week for trying to freestyle over the Kendrick Rigor Mortis beat. You know. And he dropped some more stuff that people just laughed at. Ice from the Joe Budden podcast told him to go get his CDL. He said, stop rapping, bro. Go get your CDL. Truck driver. You know what I mean? Shout out to the truck drivers. But another GNX feature, man. I mean, again, those guys are just not good. I don't know what y'all see in the GNX features. They are not good at. I mean, go listen to their music. It's the same thing I've been saying. Their music is just simply not good. It's the only time I've seen Kendrick sacrifice music for, like, he sacrificed the quality of music, in my opinion, to do favors for people. It's the only time I've seen him put music on the back burner, not make the best decision musically. It's by putting these guys as features on GNX. Their music is just not good, period. Facts! To me, at least. There's people who like it, I guess. I mean, y'all know who... W in the chat if you like Hit a J3. Sketch. So, anyway, where are all the West Coast artists? Where are the West Coast artists since the West is so up right now, right? Where was they at? You got Hit a J3. You got AZ Chike. You got Rayvon and Daylight. Ain't that's who up next? And Curtis King. Why y'all couldn't take out Joey Badass? Yo, y'all made Joey Badass look like Thanos this past week. This nigga looked like Superman this past week. Y'all made Joey look like just like a complete God in rapping this week. Nothing that they dropped against Joey even left a dent. And I'll tell you when the battle was over. This is when the battle, to me, was over. Once Joey dropped this. Once Joey dropped this with the Loaded Lux and the Dipset beat. Come on, that's when it was over to me. So all y'all that say the West is so up right now, and I'm from LA. I actually live out here. I don't live in LA. I live in SoCal. Greater LA area, we'll say. Because LA proper is like a very specific area, and I don't live in that area. But I live out here. All y'all that saying the West is up, where are they at? Shout out to Jen in the chat. I'm saying, where are they at? Because my thing is, if the West was so up, and then who are the artists from the West? I mean, I want to have a debate. Somebody in the chat, I want to have a debate. Yeah, get your CDL as a diss, yeah. Ray lost too many Diddy bars, did him in. He sounded desperate. I actually liked Rayvon's Diddy bars, but he could not continue with that narrative. Rayvon had to, in order, like he could only do that for one song. He couldn't come back with another song talking about, yo, you was at Diddy parties. And then Joey kind of smushed that whole narrative on Crash Dummy. Because then Joey was like, yo, y'all was at Diddy parties. But then I seen Top there. I seen your boss. Your boss was there too. So there goes that whole narrative. Like y'all couldn't rebuttal Joey. Again, he's been one of my favorites since he first came out. But Joey's not like, he's not even on Kendrick's tier. And I've said this before. Joey's not on Kendrick's tier. Y'all made Joey look like he's like S tier, like Kendrick, Drake, who else is S tier? Kendrick, Drake, Cole, and Joey. That's what y'all made it look like. People talking about the West up. You had AZ Chike. You had Hitta J3. You had Rayvon. I know y'all loving Rayvon and all this, but at a certain point, Rayvon even stopped, and he had the most to benefit from this. Look at this. All these people. You got at least, what is this? You got like 30 songs that dropped after Rayvon stopped dropping. 30. Like Rayvon even stopped at a certain point. What was Rayvon's last joint? The Golden Eye or the Back Down? Like, come on, man. How is the West up? And then the New York ain't up either. I'm not just talking about the California. I'm talking about the New York. New York, y'all didn't do nothing either. Yeah, Nick, at first, nobody was even coming to Joey's help. And then the people that did come to his help, like, we never heard of these people. Respectfully. I don't know, man. This really just exposed how weak, like how little depth there is in West Coast rap right now. Outside of the main guys, outside of the Kendricks, the YGs, outside of the, who else? Doja Cat. And the East Coast, it exposed how little depth they have too. And you know who I'm really disappointed with here? I'm really actually disappointed with ass cheek. Yeah, Joey called him ass cheek. And the funny thing is, I found the ass cheek thing hilarious because I'm pretty sure Draco the Ruler, RIP, Draco the Ruler used to call AZ Chike ass cheek. I'm pretty sure Draco the Ruler and AZ Chike had beef, and Draco used to call him ass cheek too. So it was just funny to hear Joey say that. But the person I'm really disappointed with here is Daylight. Because I was so sure. Like, I thought the whole battle was kind of like boring at first. It got interesting once Loaded Lux came in the scene. I thought that was funny. I thought that was cool, actually. Not funny, but cool. But I was like, yeah, Joey's going to smoke Rayvon. Like, AZ Chike, this is not even a conversation. He's not this type of rapper. I was like, yo, the real battle is Joey versus Daylight. Daylight, who, by the way, has blocked me. Why am I blocked by Daylight on social media? What did I do to you? Daylight, what did I do to you? What did I do to Daylight? Let me actually search. Maybe I said something. Did I say something crazy about Daylight in one of my videos? Somebody help me out. Did I actually say something crazy about Daylight? Let me see. Daylight. Because I'm blocked now. Let's see. So I got a video about one of Daylight's bars from his battle with Tay-Rock in 2020. I say, yo, the West Coast is known for great diss records. I don't know what, oh, this is probably the tweet that did it. West Coast is known for great diss records. No Vaseline, 300 bars, dollars and cents, Dre, they not like us. I don't know what the F Ray Vaughn, AZ Chike, and Daylight been putting out. If it's not going to be Piff, just focus on your solo careers. I don't think it's that bad. Y'all say way worse about certain rappers. I don't think that was that bad. But that's it, right? All the other stuff that I've mentioned about Daylight is old. He would have been blocked me already. Well, I called Daylight a battle rap legend here. So whatever I said, Daylight took it personally, and yeah, I'm blocked. So yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna still say what I was gonna say anyway, even if I wasn't blocked. Yo, the person I'm actually disappointed with here out of this whole battle is Daylight. Because I was so sure, yo, the actual battle that we want to see is Joey versus Daylight. And we don't want to see Joey versus Ray Vaughn. Like, Ray Vaughn is not, okay. We've done enough Ray Vaughn slander, right? I was like, yo, Daylight, even Joey versus Daylight is not that great of a battle because Daylight is a professional battle rapper. He's going to wipe the floor with Joey. This is what I'm thinking. He's going to wipe the floor with Joey. Daylight is a professional battle rapper. And I was wrong, right? This is my take. I was wrong. Daylight, even, I think the worst performance out of all this might have been Daylight. Yeah, Hit a J3 shit was pretty horrible, but we don't expect it. Like, the expectations wasn't that high, right? And for AZ Chike, I mean, we know he's already not that type of rapper. So again, expectations not high. Daylight underperformed severely. Daylight is a battle rap legend, and he severely underperformed. This is like, y'all remember when Hollow the Don battled Joe Budden? Hollow the Don, Joe Budden at the Total Slaughter event. And this is Joe Budden kind of going into the battle rap arena, trying to take on Hollow. This, like, what happened between Joey and Daylight is the equivalent of if Joe Budden would have beat Hollow at his game at battle rap. Like, what? Like, Daylight wasn't supposed to, not only was Daylight not supposed to lose, it shouldn't have been close like this, man. One of these songs by Daylight was so bad, he deleted it. Am I right? Let me make sure I'm not lying on people. Let's see. He deleted the sandwich one, right? Yeah, he deleted. Which song was it? This ain't, what was it called, y'all? Oh, I Can't Hold You. It's gone. It's deleted. Daylight took the approach we all thought Kendrick was going to take when we heard the first part of Euphoria. It's important to note that Ab-Soul and Daylight battled on Soul's album back in the day. A battle like that really fits the friendly fade description. Sure, Daylight, I guess my expectations were too high because I thought this would be the actual battle. The most interesting part of the battle was not Joey versus Daylight. Like, Joey kind of wiped the floor with dude a little bit. The most interesting part ended up being Joey versus Ray Vaughn, which even still wasn't interesting. But Ray Vaughn, at least he was like, I give him, his props a little bit. Like, but I just don't understand why Ray Vaughn's not dropping music right now. Again, this is like the biggest look he may ever get. You never know when you get another look like this. He should be coming with a mixtape. He should be going on a Future run, killing Future. It should have been some songs out this week, after all this by now. I don't know, man. Daylight underperformed, and he's not going to hear what I got to say anyway because I'm blocked. But I don't really know why I'm blocked. But niggas be sensitive. So anyway, shout out to Daylight though. He's a battle rap legend, but we just expected a little bit more. Shout out to Mike Williams in the chat. Came with the baggie. I don't know, bro. Ray did good for a noob. AO was great by daylight. Joey did win and he ended Astrid's career. Nobody forgetting that. I think AZ Chike got it. AZ Chike, the type of music he makes, he can make a hit record. So I don't think he's out of here. And AZ Chike, I think he's going to get some favors on this album that he puts out. I think he's going to have a couple big features that's you're going to have to listen to it. I think it may be like a Tyler the Creator feature or a Kendrick feature. He's going to get, his name is going to continue ringing. And people generally like the type of music that he makes, like the mindless background noise shit, which y'all told me I was harsh for calling his music background noise. AZ Chike's music is background noise. But people tend to like that type of stuff. You know, Boss Man D-Lo and all that. I put Boss Man D-Lo and AZ Chike in the same basket. It's not something I'm gonna listen to, but people do like it. So anyway, what did y'all think? I think Joey wiped the floor with these dudes, man. People was talking about, and then, I mean, Reason chimed in. I think it's like Reason did what Reason did what Ray Vaughn should have did. Reason dropped a song, what was it, today or yesterday when I heard that? Yeah, just a little cardio. Yeah. He dropped something 6 hours ago. Nice. Cool little song.
Waited patiently, but nobody would cross it.
Drumless joint, I liked it. Y'all need to start going on some feature runs, man. I don't know. The fact that Ray Vaughn is not dropping music right now, I know he just dropped an album. You gotta keep your name in the streets right now. It's the biggest lick he ever had. AO was fine till it got spooky. That wasn't the energy. Yeah, I'm not saying Daylight didn't have any good disses or jabs, but he lost. Like, no one thinks no one thought he was even competitive. People not even looking at it like Daylight versus Joey. That's how much Daylight underperformed. People are looking at Joey versus Ray Vaughn. That's it. And then Joey versus the West Coast. So yeah, I don't want to hear all this stuff about, the West Coast is up, this and that. Look at the caliber of artists that we got responding. And if you were an artist on the West Coast, you would have popped out, a newer artist. You would have popped out for this look. And look who popped out. AZ Chike hit a J3, Daylight, Curtis King, and some more random niggas. Eastside K-Boy, his song was, the Dodgers song was actually good. I like that. It was like one of them bangers. I like that one. But if we so up, look at the caliber of artists that responded to this. We not up, man. Kendrick is up, man. Does Joey really own TD East? I don't think TD East is an actual thing. I think he was just joking. Zero said, which female rapper should hop in this to get their bars respected and or boost their view as an MC? Well, number one, it's over. I think for the most part. I actually think there's still potential that this would spill in the streets. I still think it's potential. Because I still think some of these lesser known guys are going to continue to throw, shots here and there. And I think, I don't know, especially in LA, dudes get sensitive and it spills in the streets very easily. But in terms of female rapper, I don't know. Do you think this battle helped anyone of them gain any real buzz for their projects? Time will tell, right? I think the person who benefited the most was Ray Vaughn. Because this is literally the biggest moment of his career. Like, this wasn't the biggest moment of Daylight's career. Daylight has had battle raps that's way bigger than this. Joey has had hit records that's way bigger than this. AZ Chike wasn't really that involved that much in it. He kind of got half a bar and laughed at. So I think AZ Chike would have been better off if he didn't say anything, actually. But I don't think it hurt him that much. I think Ray Vaughn, perhaps. But he got to drop some music. No rappers from the South got involved. Yeah, it's not their battle. It's not their fight. Now that don't count. Joey don't get points for Curtis King. -1 point for the CJ Fly song. Yeah. So anyway, I know a lot of people be biased. I'm from the West Coast, but this is obviously, and I'm biased. I'm from the West Coast, but I'm biased towards Joey because Joey's actually created music that I liked. But This was a lopsided victory. No more saying the West is up. 5 of y'all couldn't take out one dude. It's crazy. So anyway, we're gonna react to Whack 100 tells Ak. We're gonna react to like 4 things. And maybe not the entire video. We'll see how good the video is. But we got like 4 different things on the docket. So the first one is Ak and Whack 100. Whack 100 says that Joey Badass hasn't done enough to get a battle with Kendrick. So I may agree with this because I don't think Kendrick should pay Joey Badass any mind. It's just tears to this. Let's see what you guys say.
Been given. And you know what I said? I said the only person who could... I said the only person who can save him is the game. The game got to tag in, and I need you to get the game involved.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing.
The game is not going. The game is already established. This is come on.
Right. Here's the thing. And shout out.
This was a battle for unestablished artists. It was like Joey Badass versus a bunch of unestablished artists.
Joey Badass. He's been doing a great job on the power thing or whatever one he's on.
You know he's been giving belt Whack. Come on, give him a credit.
No, listen.
And make sure y'all hit like, subscribe. You know, it just helps with the algorithm. Hitting like helps the algorithm. Subscribes helps the channel. Like and subscribe. Por favor.
Not to isolate him with that. I'm just saying, shout out to him. He's been doing a great job with that. But here's the thing, right? My perception of this is like he's somehow trying to get Kendrick's attention, right? That's what it seems to me like. Okay, so what has happened is nephew from TDE, I guess he decided to step up, which he should. Rayvon is a great look for just getting a look, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just said that. Like, Rayvon is the one who benefits the most out of this.
Responding to Joey Badass is a great look for Rayvon, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
If Kendrick responds to Joey, it's a great look for Joey.
Yeah.
So that's not. Look, hold on. That's not gonna happen because
no, that's true. If Kendrick responds to Joey, that's a huge look for Joey. That would be the biggest moment in Joey's career.
I'm gonna be real, because I remember K Slate, rest in peace, when he was telling me about Joey Badass and shit, boom, 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 because he was a fan of him, and then he kind of like faded away, and the next thing we saw him was on TV.
Yeah.
My thing is, and I'm gonna ask.
Well, he went into modeling first, right? Like if you go to the mall to the cologne counter, you'll see Joey Badass as a model for Paco Rabanne, one of those designer brands. So I think he did that first. I don't know.
This. Okay. Are they registering? Is Joey registering his songs like for streams, or he's just throwing them out there? Because I've been hearing about it, but I haven't really looked into it. No, are they registered for streams?
I don't know. Are those Joey Badass diss records on stream?
I don't know that answer, but Whack, come on, Whack. Whack.
What I'm saying is,
Joey Badass come from the same type of ilk as a Kendrick. He might not be as commercialized.
No.
What? They come from the same type of lyrical ilk. Stop it, Whack. Stop it.
Yeah, Joey and Kendrick are peers. They came up like around the same time. Kendrick was already I don't say established. Kendrick had already had Section 80 out by the time Joey came on the scene. Joey started rolling out 1999, probably like late 2011, early 2012. And 1999 is what put Joey on. Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City wasn't out, but Section 80 was out. And then once Section 80 came out, people were already looking at Kendrick as one of the best in the rap game. So Kendrick got like maybe a year and a half on Joey.
Okay, so that's what you want to say?
Okay, yeah.
You sure you want to play that game?
I want to play the game.
Say some wild shit.
Let's go.
Okay, so in that case, then motherfucking 607 and you are the same. Fuck it.
Oh, what? Like what?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's how absurd that sounds, bro.
Are you serious?
I mean, I know that's not the. Come on, like, look, bro. I know you Drake fan. I'm a Drake fan too, but let's not do that, bro. You know that Joey ain't on that level to even deserve that type of response.
Yo, Whack.
I ain't got nothing against Joey.
No, you're not gonna do this right now.
No, bro, I have nothing against Joey, bro. On my mama, I don't. I think he a dope dude.
No, I know you don't got nothing against him. I think you're sparing either that or you're not.
I kind of agree with Whack 100 here. Like, I don't see the reason for Kendrick to even respond to Joey at all. I think what happened with Joey, between Joey and all these unestablished West Coast artists, that's a good enough look right there for Joey. He doesn't look like Thanos. He doesn't look like a complete monster. They made this dude look like a complete rap god. And I think that's as far as he's going to get with that.
The
I could be wrong though.
Yo, put it like this.
Hey, bro, that would be an insult Kid out on fucking tour doing 14 million a night. He breaking his own record.
Yeah.
No.
Why is breaking his own records
Yeah.
on the arena tour on revenue per show? Why in the fuck would he break stride? Academics, respectfully, bro.
I'm gonna
and
answer,
fucking respond to fucking a nigga that, come on, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, right. See, now if it was Drake doing this, let's say Kendrick and Drake never battled, but then you had Drake finally pop out shooting at Kendrick when Kendrick is on tour, then yeah, it will make sense. Like, yo, you gotta. It don't matter if you're on tour, you gotta go. But Joey Badass ain't Drake.
Whack. So
Black Attack says, stop it, bro. He beat some West Coast rappers. That's it. That's a good way to trivialize it. Joey took on like 5 dudes at once. Pause. And mopped the floor with him. It's like you get jumped by 4 or 5 dudes. Yo, if you get jumped by 4 or 5 dudes, and I said this in another video, but 4 people is like the optimal number of people to jump somebody. Because if you got like 8 or 9 people trying to jump one person, everybody can't get hits in at once. So it's really not 8 versus 1. It's only like 3 or 4 of them could put hands on them at a time. But if you got 4 or 5 people, that's an optimal jumping, right? So Joey got optimally jumped, right? And if you got 4 people versus 1, even if y'all beat dude pretty badly, if he's still standing at the end, y'all lost. Even if y'all break his nose, break his jaw, if he's still standing at the end of the jumping, that technically the 4 of y'all lost because y'all was supposed to drop him. Joey got jumped by 4 or 5 dudes lyrically. And not only did they not break his jaw, break his nose, he dropped a couple of them. AZ Chike. Oh, down goes AZ Chike. Down goes Ray Vaughn. Down goes Daylight. How you jump one man with 4 or 5 people and 2 or 3 of y'all get dropped? That don't even make sense, man.
For real. I'm just being real.
No, and I'm being real too. I'm being real. And I think you made a valid point because he's on tour. He's on
he breaks his own records.
Yeah, he's on a tremendous stadium tour. He's breaking his own records. I agree. But here's the thing.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. I'm taking nothing from Joey, bro.
Hold on.
Matter of fact,
yes, optimal jumping. Yes, optimal jumping. Yo, and I'm talking to the chat right now. If somebody jump one of y'all, God forbid, right? And you get jumped by 4 people and they don't drop you, it don't matter if you got lumped up, scarred up. If you still standing, you won. Because 1, it's kind of a pussy move to jump somebody anyway, unless they like got a weird case type of thing. So you already in a winning position because they feel the need to jump you because they don't feel that they powerful enough by themselves. But if you still standing, it don't matter if you got lumped up. If you still standing, you won. But if you drop a couple of them, yo, you look like Mike Tyson. That's what happened with Joey. Yeah, Sway Boogie. We said Mike Tyson at the same time. Joey, Mike Tyson, all of them. That's what I'm saying. Facts.
I just followed him on Spotify. I just went and pulled his numbers up because of you. He got another follow, right? And he got some great numbers, but I'm just really saying, like, for Kendrick to, like,
hold on.
Focus it on tour and go find a studio.
It doesn't have to be Kendrick, right? Like, I think the only reason why I mentioned Kendrick
is handling this business.
Nah, he can't compete. Like, you know what I mean? His arm's too short to box.
Box with God, that's facts.
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 No, stop it. No, what's happening right now is that there's severe belt to ass being given by my man Joey. And what I'm saying is, it don't gotta be.
Easy McConan said, up until Daylight put out the Steez tribute, he was winning. So Daylight gave up. Nah, Daylight don't even believe that. Daylight put out that Steez tribute because that bar that he made at the end of one of them songs about jumping off a bridge, people was not jiving with that. People did not like the fact that he said that. So he tried to clean that up a bit. And that's probably around the time I got blocked by Daylight. Because I didn't think that was a good look. So that's why he did that. Daylight, no. Again, use another fight analogy, right? Daylight, it's like a boxer. Like, Daylight's a professional boxer. And Joey is, you know what the perfect analogy is? Mayweather versus McGregor. Boxing. Daylight is Mayweather because he's a professional in battle rapping. Joey is McGregor. He's a professional, but he's not a professional boxer. He's not a professional battle rapper. He's in a whole nother field. That would be like if McGregor knocked out Floyd Mayweather. That's what Joey just did to Daylight. How you lose to a dude? You a pro battle rapper and you lost to a dude who's not even a professional battle rapper. That don't even make sense.
Kendrick, but it's making the West Coast look weak. Yo, play this. If any nigga said the East Coast don't got spitters like that and they start dissing, you would have.
Roche said, I mean, we battle rapping, right? Though it shouldn't matter what you say. Well, it does matter though. It does matter what you say in battle rap. When Jay-Z dropped Super Ugly and he started mentioning what he done to another man's wife and putting the kids in it, he apologized for that. It do matter what you say.
This is what's going on. Bro. New York and Cali share this in common, right?
What?
If a nigga fire a nuke, right, from California, y'all see that motherfucker coming. You in church, you say, whack, nigga, that motherfucker coming over Jersey, right?
Okay. In
your head, this bitch is finna hit New York, right? But the motherfucker lands in the Atlantic Ocean. Is it doing anything? Joey Badass is sending nooses.
What? I don't understand.
In the Pacific Ocean,
no,
bro.
Nah. Now. See, I was agreeing with Whack 100, but nah, I can't co-sign that. Joey beat AZ. The others was tied. Nah. Again, it can't be no tie in the jumping. If you got 4 or 5 dudes and y'all jumping one dude, there's no tying. Any situation that involves a 4 or 5 on 1 and the dude who's the one getting jumped, any situation where he doesn't get completely dropped, y'all lost. Period. I'm talking knocked out cold. Any situation where he doesn't get knocked out cold, y'all lost. All 4 of y'all.
Stop it. He's giving belt to ass. Yo,
not where? Can you give me a notable song? What's the name of it?
All right, hold on. So
My Town is the best song out of all this. Do I still got My Town pulled up? Right here. This is the best song out of all of it. I still listen to this song.
Who wanna be the next victim? How many top dogs
will have to get them? Yeah, split them down to the atom. Oh yeah, all that. Yo, Joey cooked them, man.
Give me the name of the song that's the Heat Rock.
Yo, here's the thing. There's no response.
Give me the name of the song that's the Heat Rock.
Whack. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Give it to me.
Whack. When it comes to I get tired like.
Yeah. What is Whack 100 doing? Somebody said, what did they say? I want to respond to that. Joey, I lost the comment, but I think they were saying something like, so because no one stepped in to help Joey, he won. No, Joey won because he stood against 4 dudes and threw bars at all of them. And none of those 4 dudes released a song. Like, their rebuttals wasn't even out. Their rebuttals wasn't good enough.
Yo, here's the thing. If we don't have a response, like, there's no. All right, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that anybody on the West is responding up to par? I don't think they're responding up to par. And this is where I say, like, yo, put it like
happening
this.
Is all the.
Yeah, we don't got the personnel to respond up to par. We don't have the personnel in terms of up and coming artists. We don't have the personnel.
All the up and coming artists, they just using the dude for the little clout. Since he threw himself out there, you playing pussy, you gonna get fucked. You know how that go. He doesn't matter. Like, he's not worthy of none of art, because Game would have been stepped out there. You know, he got there for fun.
I think Game realizing, Game would step out there. He loves a good battle rap, right? But I think even Game sees that, and I actually don't think it's out of the question for Game to respond. I think Game actually might end up dropping a diss record towards Joey super late. And it's going to be the best one out of all of them, because Game really does this type of thing. He really loves diss records. But I think even Game can acknowledge this is a battle for up-and-coming rappers.
I really called you to say we need to get Game involved.
No, he's not on Game level, bro.
Hold on, the Game ain't never lost a battle.
Joey Badass is not on Game's level, bro. Come on, don't do that. Shout out to Joey Badass.
Wait. Nah. Joey is not, in terms of career, no. I gotta remember, Game, his first album was 5 times platinum. He was a part of a legendary hip-hop group in G-Unit. His second album was even good. Game got some... He's a little off sometimes, but Game has made really good music. And he has a lot of music, and a lot of it's good. Even the stuff that came out way later when he wasn't popping anymore is still good. Thoughts on Crash Dummy? I thought the Joey Badass Crash Dummy, I like some of the angles he took. That's the song where Joey was like, yeah, I was at the Diddy party, but y'all, I also seen Top Dog there. Top Dog was at the Diddy party. So Ray Vaughn, you're talking about I'm at Diddy parties. Well, your boss was there, by the way. And we had a conversation at the Diddy party where he was like, yo, Top was like, yo, I need you to, I got this new artist. I want to help you. I want you to help me put him on. Da, da, da. I thought that was a great angle.
Lyrically, he's on his level. He's just not on his level battle-wise. Because battle-wise, there's few artists less tested in the game.
Listen, bro. Joey Badass is a motherfucking AI Most Def. That's what the nigga.
Yo, Wack 100 don't even listen to Joey. AI Most Def. Yo, Joey and Most Def don't even rap the same. Zero said, I have to think back on how much credit we gave Game when he killed G Unit. I can't say Joey isn't doing the same thing. Nah, Joey isn't doing what Game did to G Unit. Like, Game kind of like made it uncool to where at one point it was trendy to wear the G Unit shirts. You know, the black G Unit shirts with the white text. Game made it uncool to even wear those. Game dropped like 5 mixtapes, all just dissing G Unit. And they was funny, they was fire, great diss records. Joey didn't exactly do that.
Are you crazy?
It sound like most dang.
Wait, stop it.
Yeah, with the eel, with the eel. Yeah, he's like an AI. He's a generic Most Def.
No, he's not.
I don't see the comparison at all. Joey Badass and Most Def. I don't see that comparison at all.
Shout out Most Def, bro.
You gotta stop
16 blocks.
You gotta stop it. You gotta stop it.
I'm just being real, bro.
So, Wack, you're not gonna sit here and admit
that. You know who I'm gonna have get him? I'm gonna have Compton AD get him.
Compton AD? You're talking about AD?
Yeah, nigga. AD, nigga. Compton AD, nigga. Yeah.
So the dude from Community, I don't know, man. AD's not on Joey's level. If you want who's a West Coast artist that's kind of on Joey's level? Because Joey is not S tier. S tier is like the best tier, right? Joey's not, that's like reserved for Kendrick, Drake, Eminem. Joey's not there. A tier is one tier below S tier. I don't even think Joey is A tier. I think Joey is B tier. Who's a West Coast artist that's B tier? I have to really think about that. But I don't think. Yeah, I have to think about that. What do y'all think? Who's a good matchup for Joey? Someone who's actually on his level. Someone said Tyler Earl. Tyler is like A tier. Tyler's trending towards S tier. But he's A tier. Yeah, Earl is B tier. Yeah, Earl is B tier, but I don't see Earl battle rapping. Now Joey is B tier. Joey's B tier. He's B tier. Vince Staples. Vince Staples is like, yeah, there you go. B tier. That would be a good battle. Vince Staples and Joey. Because Vince Staples can rap also. Absol, yeah, he's B tier. Yeah, J-Rock. Westside Boogie, that's a good one. Jid, yeah, that's a good one. Not from the West Coast though. I think Vince Staples, that was the best comparison. Vince Staples and Joey, that's great.
Yeah, I ain't stutter.
Yo, Wack, respectfully, Joey Badass raps better than everybody on the West Coast but Kendrick. That's a fact.
Get the fuck out of here.
Name a rapper.
Joey Badass raps better than everyone on the West Coast except Kendrick. Well, Joey Badass is one of the best lyricists from his generation, from the blog era. So I don't think saying that is, I don't think that's a wild take at all. I think there are other rappers who could rap well with him, like Absol, Vince Staples, when Vince Staples wants to, because Vince Staples be releasing some very questionable music sometimes. Like, it's like the music, some of the music Vince Staples puts out is not up to par with his rapping ability. But if you take that Summertime '06 album, that's as good as any Joey Badass project. So yeah, I don't think it's wild to say that because Joey is one of the best lyricists, but I don't think he's just hands down better than everyone from the West Coast, from his era.
Who raps better? All right, hold on. I'm gonna throw other than Game because I love Game, and I would never say nobody rap better than Game. I love Game. Okay,
this nigga right here out here.
Okay. Other than Game and Kendrick, name me another rapper who rap better than.
I will when you tell me.
Vince Staples for sure.
He's rapped that we supposed to know. What's the title? I've been waiting 3 minutes now.
Hey, listen, I listen to some shit. That nigga's flaming them niggas. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this: out of Kendrick and Drake, what was the hottest Drake song that was dropped?
Family Matters.
Family Matters, yeah.
Okay, so if you can tell me that, why can't you give me Joey Badass songs? You're Googling now.
No,
You're Googling,
I'm not
baby.
Googling,
You're Googling,
I
baby.
played already.
You're
I'm gonna be honest
Googling,
with you.
You're Googling, baby.
No.
You're Googling, baby.
Yo, whack.
Hold on. I seen
Stop
him
it.
do a freestyle in front of Absol, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Absol.
Akademiks ain't mentioned Joey since the Obama administration. Now he's better than every rapper from the West Coast. Yeah, well, yeah, there's also the angle that Drake fans are gassing Joey Badass because they just want to see Kendrick go down. There's also that, proxy angle that we have here. And I think that's definitely Akademiks. I don't think any of us believes that Akademiks actually cares about Joey. I think Ak is just using this as a narrative against the West Coast because he has this disdain for Kendrick right now. Obvious.
Should snatch the mic from him because he
can't fuck with Absol, bro.
And will absolutely respond. Will Absol like he
can't fuck with Absol because Absol probably over there chilling, bro. Like he's not. Joey ain't did nothing impactful for niggas even.
Here's my thing, and I love Absol, so I'm not gonna disrespect him. But it's how
somebody say, yo, A Boogie's not A tier. A Boogie is probably like. A Boogie was trending towards A tier. I really liked A Boogie's The Bigger Artist album. I like his Double XL Cypher freestyle too. But A Boogie started dropping dog shit. So A Boogie's like B or C tier.
What about Kendrick before Kendrick proved himself? And I've said to everybody, Kendrick proved himself. If a nigga not listen, one thing is rapping, another thing is battle tested. I like to see if niggas is battle tested. Because there's niggas that can rap and niggas can handle himself in a battle. Kendrick does prove to us you don't want to fuck with him in a battle. I think he proved that in the ultimate way. I give him the credit.
I said Kendrick don't want it with a real lyricist. I think y'all downplay Drake. It's one thing for Kendrick to go against. We just saw what Joey did to Daylight. Daylight is a lyricist. Daylight didn't put up a good fight against Joey. Like I think y'all kind of downplay Drake. Drake is he was battle tested. Drake had been in beefs, embarrassed dudes, lost beefs, took L's. Drake, and he has the hit capability. Like he could release a diss record and it's on the radio against you. So like battling Drake, I would imagine is very nerve-wracking. And I think that's why Kendrick had all those songs loaded up like that, because he knew what Drake is capable of. I don't think Drake is an easy battle. I don't think, so Harry on the Street, shout out in the chat, Harry on the Street said Kendrick don't want it with a real lyricist. Just because a dude is a lyricist don't mean he's gonna do much to you in the battle. Look what happened with Daylight. Daylight didn't put up that great of a fight against Joey. We remember Ray Vaughn's diss records more than we remember Daylight's. And he dropped some stuff he had to delete because it wasn't received well. Drake is I think battling Drake is more taxing and like nerve inducing than battling a real lyricist. Because yeah, a lyricist, they can lyrically chop you up. But Drake, I don't know. I just don't think that's an easy battle. And I think it's only a few dudes who could really take out Drake. Look at Drake and Meek Mill. Meek Mill is a lyricist. Meek Mill didn't stand a chance against Drake. Look what happened to Common. Lyricist. Washed by Drake. Now Pusha T beat Drake. Pusha T beat him. But it's only, like, to beat Drake, you gotta be, you gotta be messed up in the head. Like Pusha T. Like Kendrick. Them dudes is psycho. Them dudes is Pusha T talked about how he sat there and psychoanalyzed Drake's life and his mom and his relationship with his dad. Like, you gotta be like psychotic a little bit to beat Drake in a battle. So I don't think Kendrick versus a real lyricist. I don't think because they are lyricists they will stand a great chance. Yeah, Drake got great ghostwriters. Yeah, and yeah, Drake's no pushover. Yeah, Drake got great ghostwriters, and he delivers raps extremely well. He can take something that's not a hit and make it a hit. Drake ain't an easy battle, bro. Like, there's only a couple people who could beat Drake in the rap game, and it ain't gonna be because you a great lyricist.
It go both ways. He rap battle, whatever you want to do.
Well, I don't know that about Absol. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know he's not a rap. I don't know how you know.
Absol don't even write, bro. He comes off the head.
Yo, the way Joey Badass is going, Joey Badass giving us a certain type of temperament.
Nobody's paying that nigga no attention.
What?
Though,
Stop
bro.
the cap.
Listen, I'm gonna be real. His bars ain't making it.
Easy McConan said Drake ain't done nothing as good as any of the songs during the Joey battle. I disagree with that. Push-Ups was a great diss record for its time until Kendrick started dropping. Oh, I missed a super chat. Hold on. My fault. Let me read this. Ciao, Adolfo. Came with the bag. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to Portugal, man. We got people from all over the world watching.
East of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That is, so he's still like 1,650 miles away.
Yo, Wack, you're that West Coast. You can't admit that he's giving like your entire coast.
I mean, it's not. Look, and I fuck Joey.
Oh
Listen,
my God,
bro, I got love for you. I love.
It's talking about he fuck with Joey. He loved Joey. You don't know none of Joey Badass music. Be for real.
Take a shot for this. Wack is in denial.
You still can't give me the title of no song that he dropped as hot.
I watched the freestyle when it was him, Big Sean, and Absol, and he dissed all of Absol homies in front of him, and Absol did nothing. Absol looked like it went over his head. That's a fact.
Bro, that's the equivalent, right? Listen, this the equivalent to me dissing Jadakiss, and he happened to respond. Jadakiss gonna be like, yo, Wack, get the fuck out of here.
So, you know, Wack, as always, he's gonna say something I agree with, something I disagree with, which is fine. Y'all think Drake is a pushover? Drake beat Kendrick, if we being honest? No, Drake didn't beat Kendrick. So you could make the argument that Drake's lyrically was better. You can make that argument because Family Matters had some great shots. But there in no world, like, we can't play revisionist history. Drake did not beat Kendrick, bro. You can go back in retrospect and be like, oh, Drake had better lyrics, he had better disses, but yeah, the battle is, you can't change what happened. Troy, do you like AZ Chike? No. AZ Chike's music is like background noise to me. It's not something I'm ever going to put on and play. I think on his upcoming album, I think AZ Chike is going to get blessed with some, maybe one or two or maybe more great features to where I have to listen to it. Like a Kendrick, like a Tyler, something like that. But no, I've known about AZ Chike since 2019. It's not the type of music I ever listen to personally. Joey already got his Kendrick disses written. Oh, you already know. You already know he got it written. I had Drake as the winner. I don't care what the crowd says. I mean, you can score the battle however you want, but I mean, just know you're in the minority. This video don't want to load. Let me see. It says Akademiks goes off on people thinking Daylight wrote for Drake. Because this is what people were saying, right? Daylight wrote some of Back to Back by Drake. Which I mean, I don't know. I think if Daylight wrote some of that, he would have came out and said it, right? You ever listen to Shoreline Mafia? Yeah, I listen to Shoreline Mafia. I always liked SOB RBE more. They're from the Bay. You know, Du Bois, Young T.O. But I've heard some Shoreline Mafia. They got a new song out with YG. I think OGZ's on it. I think it's just OGZ.
Daylight can't even handle Joey Badass. Who the fuck is you niggas talking about?
Coming in hot.
Man, fuck is y'all niggas talking about? Daylight wrote Back to Back. He must have wrote some shit back in the day for himself. Man, stop playing. You see them West Coast things that slapped up by Joey Badass.
Yo, Akademiks.
Daylight could barely write his fucking name. Stop playing like he wrote for the GOAT, man. Stop playing, man. Y'all niggas be trolling me, man.
He's a battle rap legend.
What is y'all talking about? Same battle rap, nigga. This is music. Boy can't get a hit for himself. Who he wrote for? Fuck is y'all talking about?
Because that was a rumor, right? Was that ever confirmed? Let's see. That Daylight wrote Back to Back. Because I think Daylight was around Drake at the time. And I thought Kendrick was going to expose that on Euphoria. Because he mentions Back to Back. Back to Back, I like that record. I'm going to get back to that. I thought he was going to expose who wrote it. Yeah, you can see, like, it's been in the news. Daylight, yeah. Oh, Daylight clarifies he did not write Drake's Back to Back, according to Hip Hop DX. Let's see what he says.
As your best work is a light pack. There could be no double entendre, but some people speculate that light could be a double entendre referencing you because you had worked with Drake in the past. Did you take that as a reference to you at all, or did you think that was?
Knowing Kendrick and how he raps, he's very sneaky, so I don't know if he meant it or not. In regards to me working with Drake, I could clear the air right now. No, I did not write back to back.
Oh, there you go.
Just put that out there.
Okay, there you go. He didn't write it. It's straight from the guy himself. Perfect.
This dick licking, y'all gotta stop, bro. The fuck Daylight could write?
Should Papoose hop in this battle? Yo, Papoose got bigger fish to fry right now.
Boy ain't had one hit for 20 years. Fuck could he write? Man, y'all niggas stop playing, man. Y'all niggas need to stop with this goofy shit, man. Y'all keep mentioning these bum ass niggas. He in the G League, bro. With all due respect to Daylight, he in the G League.
Academics,
Don't mention his name.
Academics with the J. Cole shirt. Neighbors think I'm selling dope.
With Drake, nigga. He in the G League, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? If he had wrote a diss song, he would have been told us. Stop mentioning his name. I think that's true, yeah. Stop it.
Yeah, I, especially during the Kendrick and Drake beef, when Daylight was super on Kendrick's side. If Daylight actually wrote back to back, I think it would have came out right there.
Respectful. He's a nigga in a 20v1 versus Joey Badass, and it's still getting belt. Stop mentioning his name with the GOAT. Stop it. Either Kenny's gonna come out to play, or them West Coast niggas is getting belt. We not even about to talk about y'all no more. Y'all getting belt.
I mean, I gotta agree with Ak here. Like, the West Coast, I can't even say they let me down. The rappers, only person who let me down was Daylight. The rest of y'all, we knew y'all wasn't about to do anything, right? I guess some of y'all believe because of the GNX. We got two of the GNX guys hopped in this battle. AZ Chike and hit a J3. Some of y'all actually believe, like, AZ Chike jumps in the battle. Oh, snap. Joey. Nah, come on, man. If you ever listen to these guys' music, they stand no chance against. If you listen to their music and you listen to Joey's, you stand no chance against Joey Badass in a rap battle. You just don't. Come on, man.
How the fuck could Daylight write anything but his fucking name on a paper if he can't even battle Joey Badass? Are you fucking kidding me? Are y'all kidding me?
I gotta agree. Daylight, you didn't do what you were supposed to do versus Joey.
Come on, man. Y'all niggas need to stop it, man. Please stop trolling me, man. Whoever in my comment section I said that, stop trolling me, bro. Stop fucking trolling me. These niggas never did nothing historic in their life. They're living off rumors. Rumors. One of y'all niggas who don't repeat that rumor ever again in life. If y'all show me one thing about Daylight running back to back, I'll tell you Drake lost to Meek. If a nigga wrote back to back, Drake lost. We not into niggas getting their diss song go.
I think Drake wrote that. Me just knowing Drake's pen, there's a couple diss records that I think Drake didn't write, and there's a couple diss records I know for sure Drake wrote, just based on how, like, his rhyme schemes. So like the whole push-ups joint, I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney and all this. I don't think Drake wrote that. That bar is too advanced. I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. It's too advanced. Like Drake ain't writing like that. The Family Matters joint, the whole, maybe I'm Prince, but you actually Mike. Michael is praying his, that whole Michael Jackson flip. Drake ain't write that. It's too advanced. The Heart Part 6 though, the fake Heart Part 6, Drake wrote that. Drake wrote that entire record. That's his style. That's his pen. The whole tailor-made freestyle, Drake wrote that. Push-ups, or not push-ups, back to back. I think Drake wrote that. Is that a world tour or your girls tour? Drake wrote that. W freestyle, I think it was mixed. But I think Drake had help on that. I just know Drake's pen too well. I mean, he's been around forever. I know his pen too well.
Written. A nigga showed me that Drake ain't write that second verse in Family Matters. Fuck losing. Drake out of here. Man, y'all niggas need to stop the trolling, bro. These goofy ass niggas y'all talking about, they never had a hit. All this bar specialist shit, they don't even have the bars when we need the bars.
Mark 4PF said, did you listen to Scary Hours 3? No, I ain't listened to a Drake album since 2020, except for the Party Next Door joint, because y'all wanted me to review that. Other than that, I ain't listened to Drake, none of Drake's albums since 2020.
Fuck are we talking about? Where? When? Where?
Oh yeah, Drake wrote "Charged Up" for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Y'all want to talk about that, man? Stop playing, man. Like, I gotta be goofy. Man, y'all niggas be talking about some dumb shit, man. I'll be like, yo, what
The
y'all
Fonte
talking
flow,
about?
exactly. Yeah, right. That's facts.
Facts. Nigga, Daylight had some goofy ass tattoo on his face. What the fuck you think he about to beat in a rap battle, my nigga? What you think?
I mean, come on now. We gotta stop. Just because Daylight got the Batman tattoo on his face, it doesn't mean that he can't. I mean, Daylight has smoked boots in battle rap before. Stop it.
A nigga that went into a tattoo shop said, yo, tattoo this is the nigga who's the smartest nigga with a pen. Nigga, please. The goofy nigga went into the tattoo shop and said, just draw some shit on my face. Come on, bro.
See, I go hard. I critique the music super hard. But I try not to do this. But again, I gotta go outside. Akademiks, he got the luxury. He's in his mansion. He don't gotta go nowhere. He don't gotta be outside. I'm not the one to go in on guys like this. I still gotta go outside.
Kendrick, if you don't save them niggas on the West Coast, man, y'all better pray.
Easy McConan said Charged Up went platinum on his Apple Music. I think Charged Up was weak. I think that's why he put out back to back. Charged Up wasn't that great of a diss record. I think that's why he put out back to back, because he saw the reception to it.
Another Tupac.
Lukewarm reception.
Facts. Fuck is y'all niggas talking about? Fuck is y'all niggas talking about? Y'all want to don't bring up Daylight to me. The nigga went into the tattoo shop, just draw some dumb shit on my face. We still don't know what it is. You're telling me he's the nigga who's...
It's the Batman logo. The Daylight tattoo is the Batman logo. Hold on. We need a clear view of it. Daylight face tattoo. I'd slaughter that spelling. Let's see. Yeah, it's Batman. I think he said it in a Vlad interview. It's supposed to be the Batman logo. Batman logo. Right? Supposed to be this. You see? I don't know if y'all can, I might have to move this over. You see the resemblance? No? Yeah. Not the greatest of ideas, but hey. If he likes it, that's all that matters, right?
Lyrically superior to who, nigga? Please.
Oh, Spawn. Oh, it's a Spawn. Where did I hear Batman? Daylight, Batman tattoo. Yeah, it's Spawn. Y'all right. I don't know why I said Batman. Spawn. Or let's see, Spawn tattoo. Spawn is a comic book character, right? Spawn comic. So I mean, how does this make sense? Oh, okay. It's like this thing right here. Okay. Well, you could also. It looks like the Batman logo also.
Two. Kendrick, go save.
Yo, lyricist globally said it's Spawn. You don't know your rap history. Why the fuck, yo? This is crazy.
Your kids.
You right.
Stop. Yo, Kendrick. This is a shootout. You sent niggas with a slingshot, 3 stones, a fucking pocket knife, a razor blade. None of them got the blick. None of them niggas can hang with even Joey Badass.
Well, Kendrick didn't send him. Again, this is a scorned Drake super fan who just wants... He doesn't even like Joey Badass. I don't think Akademiks can even name... I don't even think he knows what 1999 the mixtape is. Yeah, I don't think he cares at all about Joey. He's just still mad about Drake. So he just wants Kendrick to continue battling until some narrative about a loss, Kendrick taking a loss, can be formed. Because even if Kendrick comes out, battles Joey, and wipe the floor at him, then Ak is going to be like, oh, it's Joey. He hasn't had a hit. He's an actor. Battle a real lyricist. There's always going to be the excuse until Kendrick gets a convincing loss.
If Kendrick not about to respond, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this shit up. Wrap it up. It's over. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Okay. So he went a little further on Daylight than I would go. But I think it just confirms, Daylight, I think you didn't perform as well as you should have. So anyway, we're gonna react to this, Wayno. Wayno talks about
Well,
post-battle thoughts. I actually seen this video already. The other ones I hadn't seen, but I seen this. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but there is a part that I want to react to. Shout out to Wayno.
come back, I'll do it myself. Dear Los Angeles, let's have a grown-ass conversation. All right, so look, we all seen what's been going on with Joey Badass.
Yo, the Rose in the Timberland boot. Yo, it's crazy.
Daylight, hit a J3. I mean, he came to us then. He wasn't really a part of the main conversation of the diss records. But
Do I think Kendrick sees what's going on with Joey? Yeah, of course. I think Kendrick for sure sees it. He for sure sees it.
Daylight, Loaded Lux, all these back and forths. We had this rap battle that was sparked by Joey Badass's The Ruler's Back, where he said, you know, too much West Coast licking, using the Jay-Z line from 22 Tools.
Yeah.
Sparked the whole thing. We get the red
Skip ahead a little bit.
Hit him up rendition over. I mean,
we know what happened. We don't need to recap.
problem with AD. It's my brother. I'm saying pun. You know what I mean? Same. Knowing these guys and they're good men. Like, let me just start there. They're very, very, very good.
So I think Wayno is talking about. Let me find this tweet from AD from Community. What's his? Oh, here it is. I'll say what's his Twitter right here. AD said something like, let's try to find it real quick. He said the New York beats Joey used were trash. Nah, that My Town beat. This is a fire beat right here.
Trying to take a bite out the apple is just forbidden.
That's kind of got a little bit of RZA, a little bit of Wu-Tang in there, a little bit.
But what I can do is put it on wax. You know it's lit.
That's fire. If you don't like that beat, you don't like Dipset. You didn't like none of those beats, right? So I mean, I guess it's just a matter of taste. But let's see if I can find this tweet from AD where AD he said something like, "Yo, don't come to LA since y'all don't." Right here. And this is in response to the Joey Badass battle, right? One would assume. Since all y'all acting like y'all don't like LA guys, don't call a LA guy next time you get robbed or want to come outside. Respect the West. I don't know why we have to take it here. Street guy mentality. Wayno's responding to it.
Men, I'm saying honorable, respectful. Every time I'm around them, they show me love, extend their platforms to me, and show me nothing but grace and let me, you know, work with them. And then they give me advice and all of that. But my brother AD made a tweet, and this tweet really bothered me. It bothered me. I'm going to be honest. It bothered me. He said, since y'all acting like y'all don't like LA.
Oh, there it is right there.
Don't call a LA next time you get robbed or want to come outside.
Respect the West. Yeah, I don't know why AD took it here. I think AD just clearly sees that Joey just wiped the floor with a bunch of West Coast artists. And I think AD sees that everyone's calling the victory for Joey. So he's just kind of like, feels a way about it. It's like, all right, then, since we lost, don't come out here and get robbed or call me. Yeah, I don't understand the react. Yeah, sore losers, right? Yeah, not necessary at all. Yeah.
Respect the West. All right.
Like, why take it
me
there?
About that is this. The West Coast, we always got to hear about how people hate the West Coast or we dislike the West Coast. Or most recently, we seen this clip go viral where my brother DJ Head was in Atlanta. I think he was talking about Ferrari Simmons. And they was basically saying about how, you know, what hats to wear and not wear when you're in the West Coast because of certain things that may or may not happen.
Yeah. Personally, as someone who lives on the West Coast, I personally wear whatever hat that I want to wear. But I think it's more so what area you're in. Again, I don't just be in LA like that. I just generally don't like being in LA. It's a lot of people. It's dirty. It's traffic galore. And it's not like New York or Boston where there's a lot of traffic, but you can take public transit and get around. No. You want to go to the store that's 4 miles away? That's a 30-minute trip in LA each way. The store's 4 minutes away. So generally, I just don't like being in LA. And I think if I were in LA proper, like there's a specific part of LA that's LA. Like Kendrick Lamar is not from LA. Snoop Dogg is not from LA. Like Dr. Dre is not from LA. Like there's a LA proper, right? None of those guys are from LA. Like Nipsey Hussle's from LA. Ice Cube is from LA. I'm not out there like that in LA proper. If I was, I would probably audit the type of hats that I wear. But I don't because I'm not in LA proper. One time I wore my red San Diego hat and somebody in the comments was like, Yo, they let you wear that out there? What the hell is you talking? Let me wear that. What is y'all talking about?
And it was basically
Let
saying
me
about how,
wear that?
you know, what hats to wear and not wear when you're in the West Coast because of certain things that may or may not happen.
Dice Game said Boston mentioned. Shout out Boston. I lived in Cambridge for a while. I stayed right off Leechmere Station. I lived on 2nd Street, which is right near the Cambridge Plaza. Yeah, went to school out there.
They talk a lot about the politics of out there and the streets of out there and how they get down. The reason why this is very triggering to me is because my only problem that I have with y'all out there is that every time somebody don't agree with y'all, every time somebody have a difference with y'all, every time y'all feel disrespected, which I feel like y'all just be on edge waiting for stuff to be feel disrespected about, and we get called emotional a lot. New York gets called emotional a lot.
New
but
York.
no place more emotional than LA because everything offends y'all. But the thing I dislike about when things get offensive to y'all is that y'all use the place as a weapon.
The reason why this bothers Wayno is because he likes being in LA. This bothers him because he likes LA and he likes going there, but he doesn't feel safe because guys like AD are saying stuff like this. I would bet Wayno just really likes being in LA. So when these types of things happen, when guys say stuff like this, it makes him feel less safe.
Don't come here. You be arguing about the Lakers versus Celtics. You know what? Don't come to LA. That's the first thing. When somebody from LA get mad at you, the first thing they say out their mouth is don't come to LA. I can't come to LA because I don't agree with you. There's no sort of way. And look, AD ain't saying this. I know he's not saying this to me. And I can have a conversation with him. This is not to attack him. This is just to talk about the overall narrative about how that's always positioned. How every time when there's some sort of conflict, it can never be resolved or we don't try to resolve it.
Tia says you went to Harvard. Nah. I visited Harvard before. I did some stuff at Harvard before. I lived closer. When I lived in Cambridge, I lived closer to MIT. So y'all hear me talk about how I went to this Gold Link show at the Middle East. The Middle East is like basically on MIT's campus. I live closer. I could walk to MIT where I lived. Maybe like 20, 30 minutes. Harvard was a little further away. But Boston is known for having a lot of universities. You got Harvard, you got MIT, Northeastern, Boston College, UMass. It's a lot of college. It's like a college city, it feels like. But no, I didn't. My degree is not from Harvard.
Because of the whole, it's easier to just say that, right? It's easier to just say that. Now, in the heat of battle, most people is going to say disrespectful things, right?
Yeah.
But we just seen that with Kendrick and Drake, and throughout the whole Kendrick and Drake thing, it became, oh, they're Canadian. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? They kept poking at that, well, they're Canadian. Then you had Canadians that say, well, that's not how we operate. But then you had people who say, no, like, we don't care. They not, and then not like us, right? That whole idea. But then it's like, all right, when we look at, and this is just for myself, I'm not going to speak for nobody else. When I see LA, and like I said, I've never had no problems in LA, not once, because you want to know why? I don't do too much. I don't go to LA trying to act tough. I don't go to LA trying to pull up on people's blocks and act like, because
I also don't, me personally, I don't feel unsafe in LA. But again, I'm from there. But the times that I do have to go to LA and I gotta go to like the Crenshaw Plaza or Fox Hills, there was shout out to Omar Suarez. Baggy 199. Do you think Joey keeps going? YG just diss. I don't think I think Joey's about to roll out his album, which he should. So I don't think he keeps going. But yeah, the times that I used to work in LA, like in LA proper, like in West LA, near I was not far from USC and all that. I wasn't far from Inglewood. I wasn't far from the Fox Hills Mall. So I used to go to the Fox Hills Mall a lot. I just personally don't feel unsafe when I'm in LA. And it's not like I just be in the safe, quote unquote, safe areas, which there's really no safe area. But I can see how an out-of-towner would feel unsafe. I couldn't even give a person tips on how to, like when I go to LA, whatever, you go to Roscoe's, but you obviously know we go to the Roscoe's in Long Beach. I mean, we don't go to the Roscoe's over there. It's too, so I guess there's little things and tips you pick up on. But there's times where I'll go to there's this restaurant in South Central, not far from where I lived when I was a kid. I'll go there. I'll go to Madeir's. Tyler, the Creator, used to pull up to Madeir's. Madeir's don't exist no. Is it Madeir's? No, Mama Jones was the name. Tyler used to pull up. That was in West LA. I just don't feel unsafe when I'm in LA like that. I just don't like being there. It's just too crowded. I would rather be in Long Beach, Lakewood, even Northridge, Encino, stuff like that. Yeah, the Fox, you bump into everyone. I saw Kobe at the Fox Hills Mall as a kid. I saw Debo at the Fox Hills Mall as a kid. We used to take the bus out there. So I just don't feel unsafe out there. But I'm also not going to walk around, with a bright orange Houston Astros hat, with the big H on it. I'm also not going to do that. So I guess I do kind of self-audit, kind of contradict myself from earlier.
Not once, because you want to know why? I don't do too much.
But if a dude was to tell me, like, oh, don't, and there's just certain, I don't know.
I don't go to LA trying to act tough. I don't go to LA trying to pull up on people's blocks and act like because I'm a man or think that makes me more manly to go somewhere else that has poverty and just sit in their poverty and say, yeah, I'm here. I always felt like if you go to LA and you want to go to whatever you represent.
I sound like you're being extorted, Wayno. Let's hear that again.
Act tough. I don't go to LA trying to pull up on people's blocks and act like because I'm a man or think that makes me more manly to go somewhere else that has poverty and just sit in their poverty and say, yeah, I'm here. I always felt like if you go to LA and you want to go to whatever you represent, because I can't tell nobody what they can say they feel, identify with, may that be B's and C's or whatever else you choose to do. If you going into an impoverished area, then help a little. And I think it's
yeah, when I visit places, number one, there's no reason for me to visit somewhere and go to the impoverished area. Even traveling internationally, I'm not one of them people who'll be like, yo, let's travel internationally. Let's go where the townspeople go. Let's go where the villagers go. Let's not eat at these posh, super nice restaurants near the resort. No, let's go where the villagers go. I'm not that person. I'm not going to visit somewhere and then go to the impoverished area. What's the point of the vacation? I'm living worse than I live in my real life. Man, I'm at the resort and I'm trying to get my money's worth. So the idea of, if you come to LA and you come to the impoverished areas, help the impoverished areas, number one, you shouldn't be in the impoverished areas, which is kind of hard to do in LA because everything's kind of mixy. It's kind of mixy, especially if you come from the South, right? And poverty looks different in the South than it does in LA. So you might not even know you in the hood in LA. You might not know you in the bad part because it's not what it's not it's not project buildings. You might have jungles and stuff like that, but it ain't project buildings. But anyway, don't go anywhere and go to the impoverished areas. That just sounds like a terrible idea. Someone said, do you think there's anti-LA sentiment? Like, what do you mean anti-LA in hip hop? I don't think so. I think people love LA. I think people love LA. I think people love I think Wayno loves LA, even though he's saying this. And I think he's saying this because he likes being out there. And then guys saying stuff like this makes him unsafe out there. I think that's why he's saying it. LA's not unsafe unless you're wearing a bag of jewelry and moving careless. Yeah. Moving careless, I guess so. You can say that for anywhere, right? Nobody on the East outside the internet knows who Joey was battling, right? Yeah. Even the people on the internet, y'all don't know who. Come on, man. Y'all don't know who these guys was. I don't think so either. It's just sensitive LA narrative. I don't think there's LA. I think there was in hip hop. I don't think there's currently anti-LA sentiment. Yeah.
If you going into an impoverished area, then help a little. And I think it's bigger than just doing a song for a person. You know what I'm saying? And it's also bigger than just giving somebody money.
That sounds like you scared. Yo, if you go to LA, make sure, do a song with one of the rappers from out there. Yo, give that some of them money. What? Yo, you think if I go visit Boston, I'm going to be like, yo, okay, let me go to Roxbury and no. God, I don't know, man. Yo, dudes man, these entertainers, y'all, the black ones, because nobody else got to abide by this except black people. Y'all be getting extorted in LA. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Money runs out. Like going and trying to give people money is not going to help everybody's situation. But I look at it like for myself, I look at LA like this. I've always loved LA. From the time I was a kid, when I first figured out who Snoop Dogg was. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style came out when I was like in the 6th grade. Yes, I'm that old.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's not from LA. And I couldn't tell, like, it's facts. Someone said hit the facts button. Yeah, you can tell that Wayno feels this way because he genuinely likes being in LA. And he doesn't want to be made to feel unsafe when guys like AD say stuff like that.
Dog food. I remember I seen Corrupt. I saw Corrupt at is it Legends of the Summer Tour, DJ Drama? Wiz Khalifa.
Someone said LA is lovely. Yeah, I think if you're not from LA, yeah, you're gonna love LA. There's a lot to do. I just LA is not a place like you gonna catch me in a lot of places. I'm all over Southern California. The odds of catching me in LA are very low. LA proper. It's just very low. When I fly, I don't even go to LAX. I would rather fly to Long Beach and pay more money. Long Beach got an international airport. I'd rather fly into Long Beach than save $300 by flying into LAX. You're just not going to, the odds of catching me in LA is just not the type of place I want to be. Again, I'm a little bougie. You might catch me in Orange County. Anaheim is very overlooked, I think. Anaheim got some great spots. You might catch me in I even avoid going to Dodger games. I'd rather go to an Angels game because I don't got to deal with LA. I just go to Anaheim. I don't got to deal with LA. And the Angels suck, right? But I'd rather do that. You catch me in Orange County. You catch me in San Diego. You catch me in Rancho Cucamonga. The odds of catching me in LA are just very low. Long Beach, I'll be in Long Beach.
Backstage, it's like 2015, and I seen Corrupt, and it's my first time seeing Corrupt with my own eyes in my face, and I stopped him, and I said, yo, I just want to tell you that you like one of the greatest rappers ever. And I could see that what I said to him and how I said it to him, it made him like a little bit emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how many people tell Corrupt that. But that's my story. You know what I'm saying? That's my story. That's how I grew up. I grew up on his music. I grew up loving Dog Pound. I grew up loving Dr. Dre, Lady of Rage. You know what I'm saying? Tupac when he went over there. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, I was a kid. So when people was having all of these grown ass situations, I didn't really fall into that because I didn't understand politics as a 12-year-old kid about how people operated in the street. That wasn't my life. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't my life when I was 11 and 12 years old and 10 years old when these dudes was putting out these albums. But as
LA is awesome if you got money. I don't know, if I had like $100 million, I still wouldn't stay in LA. Like my issues with LA, money can't fix it. Like me having a lot of money cannot fix the core issues that I have with LA, which is the traffic, the cleanliness, the people, a lot of transplants. Like, and if you got all this money, $1 million in LA, let's say you got $1 million house. I mean, come on, man. Y'all see what some of these houses look like in LA, man? Like your neighbors is like 12 feet away from you. Drive through Culver City. You'll be like, that house worth $800,000. This is worth $900,000. Them houses look like, oh man, come on, man. The issues I have with LA, money ain't really gonna fix it. Because you still gonna have to deal with the stuff.
I got older. I remember the first time I went to LA, I was 29. And then I remember going to LA and then while being out there, sitting there and being like, yo, I'm gonna move out here one day. Like really, really making a plan to move out there. Yeah. And then the more I went out there, the less safer I felt. It wasn't because something happened to me. It just was other things that was happening. This person that I knew passed away. That person I knew passed away. I was with Nipsey one time when he did a video. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Picture Me Rolling. I was on the block. I was over there with him when he did Picture Me Rolling. I seen the love and the influence he had in his neighborhood. I saw what he was trying to build. And to see him lose his life out there, I was like, damn, I really don't feel safe here. You know what I'm saying? So I also, the opportunity that I was given.
West Coast rap's in a bad place because there's no West Coast rap labels. No, I think the artists just suck. There's only TDE. TDE is probably one of the biggest rap labels of all time. Isn't Empire, Ghazi, ain't they from the West Coast? It's the biggest. Let me see. Let me fact check myself. Pretty sure Ghazi is from San Francisco, right? Yeah. So currently TDE is the biggest rap label, the biggest label in rap, mainstream, right? And then Empire is the biggest independent label in rap. And they're both based on the West Coast. Before, this used to be all East Coast, the big labels. We got the biggest mainstream label in TDE West Coast, the biggest independent label in Empire on the West Coast. I don't think it's because we lack record labels. I think the newer artists just suck. I just don't think the music is good. Now you got some guys out there that's doing their thing, La Russell and Mozzie still going. Like the older guys are great. The Tylers, the Don Kennedys, the Kendricks, Absols. The newer guys like we just saw in this Joey battle. Come on, man. It ain't it.
The opportunity that was earned. I wasn't given nothing, but the opportunity that was earned was given to me by my man Tim Henshaw. You know what I mean? Tim Henshaw is a brother that is great executive. He stopped working at Amazon and started his own marketing agency, Free Lunch. They just did a collaboration with Nike that I seen. Shouts out to Tim. Tim helped me make a lot of money. Tim is one of the reasons why I was able to do Camp Flog Now. I remember meeting, what's his name, Tyler Creator for the first time. And the embrace that he gave me and the conversation that he gave me was so amazing. I was like, damn.
Skip ahead a little bit.
Been around for a long time. I feel like gangbanging is the greatest idea poorly executed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that was created, and while it might have not, it wasn't created for nothing positive. Let's just keep it 1,000. And it was gangs before.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people on the internet who be like, oh, the gang, they started that because it's the Black Panthers and shut the
fuck up.
Man, stop it.
What it was out there. It was other names for gangs.
Rosa Parks.
People have always wanted to make a tribe or a clique or a group to identify themselves. You see it in corporate America.
Easy McConan said, I'm on the East and I always like West Coast more than East Coast. I lived on the East Coast and it's not a place I want to be. Cold, the winters. The thing the East Coast has is y'all got really good public transit. Y'all got walkable cities. Boston is a walkable city. New York City, walkable city. You don't need a car. That's huge. That's huge. On the West Coast, we don't have that. The only walkable city we have is the Bay Area, San Francisco and Oakland. Other than that, you got to have a car, the freeways, everything is just terrible in terms of traffic. But yeah, the East Coast is not a place I want to be. I lived out there, and yeah, it's not somewhere I want to be either, so I don't blame you.
You see it in corporate America, you see it in sports, you see it in business. You know what I mean? There's always cliques, and you see it in politics. Democrats, Republicans, liberals, you see all of that all the time. But LA, I see how they oppress one another. And I've seen this for years and years and years. And I remember watching Street TV. For a project I was working on. And I remember the brother Alonzo, he asked a question to these dudes, and he said, yo, like, this is basically genocide. Like, black men, young black men specifically, taking on problems and situations.
Yeah, being able to walk to the grocery store is fire, right? Yeah, when I lived in Boston, like, I started buying stuff I never even thought about buying. When I lived in Cambridge, and Cambridge is like a small town, type vibe. I bought one of them carts that you push to the grocery store to carry your bags. Everybody had one of these things. I'm like, I never even thought of this. I was about to carry the groceries back by hand. Like, I can give a little cart. It's crazy.
Happened in the 60s that you had no idea of and nothing to deal with. And now you have a problem with somebody because they just from a certain place, but this person looks just like you. And the dude took a deep breath and he was like, we ain't asked for this. And that was the first time in my life, not the first time in my life, I had a lot of clarity or epiphany moments, but that moment I was like, damn, because I could see when he asked him that question, how much it affected him.
Skip ahead a little bit more.
Yeah. I remember one of my little homies, he had just come home from prison and he was working downtown.
Andrew Orsak said, did you go to college there? I went to college in Cambridge. Old lady cart. It wasn't an old lady though. Everybody had them. Out here, it will be the old lady cart for sure. But out there, you're going to drive to the grocery store. Number one, it ain't even enough parking like that. Like, because everybody walks. I love walkable cities. We need more of them in America. We need more walkable cities. And even though, like, the worst place I probably ever lived is San Francisco. Horrible city. Horrible city. But beautiful city, though. But it's like the LA thing. It's everything else that messes it up. The city itself is great. It's everything else that messes it up. But even though I did not like SF, the walkable aspect was fire. It was fire.
And he seen PNB Rock, and he FaceTimed me and put Rock on the phone. And Rock was just so excited to see me because my little man wasn't lying. You know what I mean? By saying that he knew me. But he lost his life.
Central Valley, what you talking about, like Merced? Only time I've been been in the Central Valley of California. What you talking about, like Kern County? Yeah, the only time I've been there is when I'm driving from the Bay to LA. It's the only time I've been there.
And then it's like, you know, when I see, it's not what AD said. It is what AD said, but it's what a lot of people say. Like I said, I just explained my love that I have for LA. You know what I'm saying? The culture. Ironically, man, I love the Lakers. I can honestly say I grew up a Lakers fan because of Kobe Bryant and Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this dude, he really love LA, man. I think he might love LA more than I do. Like, damn. I think he might love LA more than I do. San Fran is a jungle. San Fran is cool. When I lived in the Bay, I lived in Oakland. And that was for like less than a year. I didn't feel unsafe in Oakland either. You know, MacArthur and all that. Shout out to Oakland though.
But I love the Lakers because, I mean, just the house that Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe built. Okay. We can do a little bit more of this. Let's go.
2016 on Christmas game, seen him play the Clippers in 2016. Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell, that team.
Yes,
right?
sir. Julius Randle.
And I'm just like, wow, man, wow. We just had this fun battle. Gina Views, man. Shouts out to Gina Views. Shouts out to DJ Head. My bro Silas. It's so many people from LA that I got love and respect for. But when the smallest inclination of a disagreement happens, and it might be somebody trolling that say something stupid, you start getting these jokes.
Tulare County, yeah.
Where you can't go now.
Well, that's the whole game banging thing. And again, when I say what I say about the street stuff and how I don't want to hear it on Kendrick's album and how Kendrick speaks out about this, so it's super hypocritical for him to have these guys on his album talking like this, giving power to these guys, money, giving shine to these guys who are on complete BS. Not only is it hypocritical, it's bad for the city. People look at me like, you know, I don't know what people look at. They say I'm wrong for it though. But now you got Wayno, who's an outsider, foreigner, not from LA. He's telling you like, yo, this type of thing makes me feel unsafe. So anyway, like a lot of things that I say, people will understand it in due time. There's a reason I'm saying this stuff. So anyways, I'll reiterate my GNX take. Those rap features on GNX should have gone to better rappers. Not only better rappers, but also rappers with a better message. Them dudes is horrible. Their music is horrible. Two of them dudes could not take out Joey Badass. Like it's just completely horrible. Horrible. But anyway, but my take has not changed on that. And it's like one of them dudes is going to have to drop an album that changes my opinion. Like YFN Lucci, right? I used to think his music was so horrible. Then I heard the Long Live Nut album. And I was like, oh, fire. PNB Rock too. I heard the Catch These Vibes album. Currency. There was a time I didn't like Currency. Then he dropped Pilot Talk. One of them dudes is going to have to do something like that. One of them GNX features. But I don't foresee it happening. Their music is just not good. And they rap about BS. So the same stuff Wayno was talking about, how he sometimes feel unsafe or how things always resort to game banging when there's disagreement. This is the type of stuff that was championed on GNX. My take does not change, man. Not on this. Spitta always been that guy. Well, not to me. See, I had to go back and learn to appreciate Currency's music. I didn't like it at first. I thought he had I just didn't like, the delivery and all that. There are stains on LA for real, right? Yeah. It's a stain on LA. But then you know what people say when you say, yo, we shouldn't, the street stuff, like we got to stop this. It's not a good look for LA. The gangs and all this, it makes the kids unsafe. It makes the parks unsafe. It makes guys like Wayno who grew up loving our city come and feel unsafe. You know what people will say? Well, gangs started as the Black Empowerment movement and the Black Panthers. Okay.
Shit going on, or
I have actually. I have.
Okay.
What you been fucking with? I like how you been.
Dice Game said Boston has races, but it also has a lot of different races that are cool with each other. I didn't feel any racism when I was in Boston. I felt more racism in San Francisco, oddly, because you think of San Francisco as a super liberal, super democratic place. I had several racist incidents. And I'm not even the type of dude that just call racism. I'm not like a racism type dude who be thinking everything racist. But I actually experienced racism in San Francisco. I didn't experience any racism in Boston. I actually enjoyed my time in Boston / Cambridge. I lived in Cambridge, but I could see the TD Garden from my window. So I know we got somebody from Boston in there. I lived on 2nd Street. So you could probably pinpoint the apartment I lived at by what I'm saying. I live right off the Lichmere station. I could hear the train. I could hear the train pull up. I could hear it pull up when it comes to a screeching halt. The Green Line, I believe it was. And from my kitchen window, I could see the TD Garden where the Celtics play.
Are like getting into the mix right now. I've been seeing you guys,
Oh, yeah?
You input, yeah.
I literally only did one tweet.
That's why.
So this is Figgmunity, the community, and back on Fig. They talking about Joey. We're not gonna watch this whole thing either. I seen some of it. We probably gonna cut it off after about 6 minutes because that's pretty much all we need.
One tweet's going viral right now, bud.
But all I did was, hey, remember, I got on Twitter, fuck with the homies. I said, because I don't get on Twitter, bro. I stay off that shit because
Yeah, because now it's not porn.
everybody be talking shit on there, dog. And I'll be like, I know me, I'm gonna talk shit back. So I don't go on Twitter. So I went
Said, what racism did you experience in San Francisco? Well, there was one time I was walking home from school. So again, I went to a business school. So we had to dress up for classes. Like we had to, be semi-formal. Or semi-formal. We couldn't even be business casual. Business casual is like you wearing jeans and stuff. So we had to be semi-formal. I was walking back from Dolores Park, I believe, and I couldn't find BART. I couldn't find the BART station. So I stopped and asked someone, I made eye contact with dude. I was like, yo, do you know where the BART station is? He walks past me. Like he looks, but then he just keeps walking. And I was like, yo, like, do you know where the train station is? And he turned around, he looked. He said, oh, my bad. I thought you was homeless. Oh, my bad. I thought you was homeless. And mind you, San Francisco has loads of homeless. There's homeless people everywhere. It's poverty everywhere. It's the worst city that you could probably ever go to in America. So there's homeless people everywhere. So he's probably ignoring homeless people all day. But like I said, I'm coming back from class. So I got on my semi-formal. I got like on a button up. I'm not dressed like there's no mistaking it. So that's one. There's another time we walked into Burger King. It was at night. And it was me and it was like 8 of us. All black. We all walked back. We walk into this Burger King and immediately we get kicked out. Boom. Oh, no drinking in here. No drinking in here. Drinking alcohol, they talking about. I'm looking around like, who drinking? He's like, no, y'all got to go. Kicked out. Burger King. And there's another one. We was on the BART. And again, this ain't just white people. This is how, again, y'all know I'm just not a super anti-white people person. White people been generally cool to me in my life, so I just don't have the same experiences. It's like the first guy was white and the other 2 were like Asian. We leave in a BART. One of my friends, he didn't pay, so he stops and asks the ticket station guy, like, yo, like the machine didn't work, so I want to pay for it right now. And this dude just throws a fit. Like we almost fought the Asian dude in that BART station for the disrespect. He just wanted to give us a hard time because he was black. So yeah, I experienced actually 0 racism in Boston. They were generally cool. San Francisco, the dog shit city. Dog shit.
on there yesterday. I said, I'm going to do one tweet. I said, this is it. This is my tweet for the month, cuz I'm done. And nigga, I woke up this morning, everybody posted that shit. I'm like, see, that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there and say some records.
It's gonna be a dark path.
The Gina Views put a paragraph yesterday. I was like, shit.
What'd you tweet?
Huh? I just put, do niggas think this East Coast, West Coast shit is really a beef? Or is it just niggas showcasing their rap skills?
Those niggas showcasing their rap. Who think it's a beef?
Some people are taking it like,
They're starting to take it more serious than it should be.
You know,
a lot of the world that will smack. If you're looking at it from a perspective where you're part of the camp that's going at it with somebody that you've known for a long time.
We're gonna skip ahead.
But New York media will basically be biased for their artists. They probably won't give a real opinion, even if. So just like prime example, when the Drake and Kendrick beef was going on, there's some people who claim, nigga, Kendrick lost every fucking round. People are saying this, and even yesterday, when I'm sitting there going through,
lyricists globally say, gang shit ruin everybody's fun. Yeah, people will just defend the gang stuff. So I just don't know what's wrong with black people. You point this stuff out, and they all there's like a rebuttal to it. Like, oh well, no, they're just okay.
Shut the fuck up.
That's not what they say. Get the history right. They say gangs are the bastards of the. I've never heard that. I've actually never heard that. Interesting. I wouldn't think Miami would even have a Burger King. Yeah, there was a Burger King in San Francisco. The young boys in SF and Oakland be wilding. I didn't experience nothing too crazy like that. I didn't experience, and I was in Oakland too. I lived there. I had to walk through Oakland every single day to go to class, to the train station. I had to take them train stations walking through Oakland. Again, I just never felt unsafe there, and I didn't really. I mean, people was breaking into cars. There was crime. It wasn't like people getting robbed in the streets that I saw. But they was. If you parked, if you went to Oakland and you park your car somewhere to go in a store or something, your car is getting broken into, man. Facts. That's just facts.
I was claiming that every
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
People have stances that whoever side that you on, they just sticking to that shit. They're not giving nobody no rope or anything too. So
you're saying even though, hypothetically speaking, if the West Coast was losing, we should still hype it up because that's what they would do for their coast.
Well, not just
No, we shouldn't do that.
that. It's just that people on the other side will villainize what we say and add the fuel to the fire to go against what the fuck we got going on.
See, I guess I don't have like this coastal tribalism. And I do have a bias towards West Coast artists, meaning that I will give a West Coast artist more opportunity. If their music sucks at first, I'll give them more. I'll give them one more song, two more songs, another album to try to release something that I may like before I just completely trash them. Compared to someone not from here, I probably wouldn't give them that much rope at all. But I don't have this whole, us versus them. Joey Badass makes better music. He's always made better music, and I've always liked his music. So that's why I'm biased towards Joey. I'm not going to just hop on AZ Chike's side because we both from LA. If I don't like his music.
I think the best man should win.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I think the best man should. I haven't heard because there's too many songs to hear by. But I am a fan of Joey Badass. Like I've been a fan of Joey Badass when he was like
he's doing.
I went hard on Ray Vaughn. Well, yeah. I also made a video said I was wrong about Ray Vaughn. I went hard on Ray Vaughn, but then I still listened to his album when he dropped it. An artist not from LA, I might not have listened to that. That's what I'm saying.
Ray Vaughn is
right there with him.
Yeah, he's right there.
Carl Jefferson said, "Y'all, people don't believe me when I say this. I've had a bunch of weird racist encounters in San Francisco." This is what I'm saying too. Especially because I lived in Boston, then Oakland back to back. And I had to walk through Oakland and then take the train to Market Station in San Francisco and then walk through San Francisco to get to class. So I didn't walk through all these cities. San Francisco is extremely, extremely weird. And I had to walk through Boston too. These are two walkable cities. I didn't have a car out there. I didn't experience really anything weird in Boston. What I noticed in Boston is the black people don't say what's up to each other. You see a black dude, you be like, what up, what up? Little head nod. They don't do that in Boston. But it's a lot of, there's a lot of black people, but they foreign. So they're not American. They don't know our cultural norms. It'd be like Cape Verdeans. That's what I noticed in Boston, but it's not even a big deal. Never go to San Francisco. Horrible city.
And that's good. I think that's good because he's always been known. I mean, I'm not saying I know a song from Ray Vaughn, but he is known for rapping and talking shit and that lyrical shit.
Right. That's what's making it look crazier because so many people are joining in and they're using that. Yeah. Like, look, it's taking 20 verse 1. And it's like nobody asked for all the
everybody
extras.
Jump in.
That's why I'm like, T-Rail said yesterday, like just keep it Ray Vaughn, but it's too late.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Because if it was just Ray Vaughn and Joey, I don't think people would be saying, oh, it's such a unanimous victory for Joey. Because Ray Vaughn had some good shots in there. He had some couple good angles. But it's the fact that everyone kept trying to jump in. That's what makes Joey look like Thanos. San Fran is zesty. It is zesty, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Late, it's not gonna happen. But Joey versus Ray is what people would sign up for.
But when Joey came out, he did Daylight, he did Reason, and he did Ray Vaughn in that freestyle.
Okay, but
those three have
take our head ups real quick. Take our head ups. Because now everybody trying to pack him out, and if he's making better records while everybody's packing them out, it looks crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but also we're
Benedict said, I'll be laughing in people's face who don't know Cape Verde is in Africa. Yeah, there's a lot of Cape Verdeans in Boston. Good food in Boston too. I would revisit Boston. It's just a long flight. It's a 6-7 hour flight, from California. But I would visit again, man. Shout out to Boston, Boston Harbor, Scampa, the Italian restaurant, all that. I had a great time.
I guess a time where unity's a big thing. Like in the way, at least in the West Coast. I'm not from New York, so I don't know how they feel about whatever, right? But right now in the West Coast, it kind of feels like if you
there's racism in Texas, but it isn't as crazy as outsiders make it seem. I was called wetback by a white kid in high school. Yeah, yeah, I've heard people be called wetbacks in California too. Shout out to the Mexicans, because we mess with that. There's a lot of Mexicans in Texas too. I find that the South is, I don't doubt that they're racist, but I find that the South is more friendly. See, I don't even care if somebody racist. Just don't disrespect me. In the South, it's like literally Southern hospitality. I don't know about Texas. I don't know if they're like less Southern than like a Mississippi or an Alabama or one of those deep South states. I've only been to Texas very shortly. And when I was there, I was on a military base, so I wasn't even in Texas proper. But the South, even though it's racist, I find that they're friendly sometimes. Because I went on a HBCU tour and we walked into a Cracker Barrel, which was a horrible idea. You walk in with a bunch of black kids into a place called Cracker Barrel. This is stupid. Like, that was weird. I did have a weird experience. But just on a general day-to-day basis, like just seeing people going into stores, if they are super racist, they'll still say hi and treat you with respect at the face value. That's what I've noticed.
Especially if they're from TDE, people are just gonna butt in general, and it's just for the look. It makes sense. Like,
ain't no head ups, nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Which is
somebody said if I go to LA, it's to the good part. Well, what you talking about, Beverly Hills? The thing that people don't realize about LA is everything is right next to each other. Everything is right next to each other. You could think, oh, I'm gonna go to the Beverly Hills, the Beverly Center. Me and my sister, we used to take the bus from the jungles to the Beverly Center. The bus. It wasn't a long trip. We used to take the bus. My mom's living in the jungles. We used to take the bus from the jungles to the Beverly Center. So thinking you just gonna avoid the Beverly Center, which is in Beverly Hills. I don't know if y'all don't know this. So thinking you're gonna avoid certain, and the Beverly Center is where like Quando Rondo got shot at, Lil Pop got killed. So I think this is what a lot of out-of-towners think. I think they think how you think, True Thought. If I go to LA, I'm gonna go to the good part. Y'all don't realize all this stuff is right next to each other. Unless you're gonna go to Calabasas or something. But then you're not gonna be in LA proper. If you're in Calabasas, you're way up in the hills. You're not gonna be by anything. You're not gonna be by the stuff that you know LA for. You're not near the Staples Center. You're not near any of this. The crypto arena, the malls, like you're way in the hills somewhere. Like, like you're basically in Northridge type shit. So yeah, I think what you just said is how a lot of people think. And that's how people get mixed up. Oh, I'm gonna go to LA, but I'm gonna only go to the good part. But what part are you talking about? Yo, you could be in the jungles in LA, walk out to like the main street, look up and see Ladera Heights, which is like the rich area. You know, the shitty looking $1 million homes I was talking about. You could see Ladera Heights, all the rich people. And we down here in the jungles. Yeah. I think that's a misnomer people have.
Fine, right?
West Coast mentality.
Yeah, and I think that's West Coast mentality. One of our homies are fighting.
Yes.
Well, then we are getting
West Coast mentality for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's that's kind of what it feels like.
But this is crazy too, right? Because I've never seen a time where people, even starting with the Kendrick and Drake shit all the way down now too, you have different listeners that are giving their opinion as well too. You got niggas that are like just casual rap fans. You got people that like bars. Like me, I like bars. I'm gonna break down what you're saying.
I don't think the casual rap fan was paying attention to Joey versus Daylight and Rayvon. I don't think they know anything about that.
Two or three times, I'm just like, damn, wow, right? So like, for instance, I'm playing shit for my girl yesterday. She don't like shit. She's like, what is this shit? I'm like, nah, you gotta listen to this. Ooh.
Midwest Will said, I was shocked. I was actually shocked how close Inglewood and Compton was to Rodeo Drive. Yeah. So this is why when these celebrities come out here who's not from LA, not from California, not from the West, when they come out here and they start posting where they are. Oh, I'm on Rodeo Drive. I'm on wherever they think they are. I'm in West Hollywood or something. You could be a dude in the hood and you be like, oh, I know where that's at. Google Maps is 6 miles away. Like people just think like they are in the rich part and it's just insulated from everything else. No. You like, bro, you're a 6 mile drive away.
You got different type of audience and shit too. So like I told people, my opinion personally, Daylight, his AO, nobody rap better than that. I don't give a fuck who's in this shit right now.
He definitely predicted Joey Badass.
No.
Daylight,
Even Culver City, right? We was talking about, you know, how much we like Culver City. My sister went to Culver City High School and we lived in Inglewood. That's how close it is. We lived in Inglewood near Rogers Park. My sister went to Culver City High. Culver City, which is the nice part. We lived in Inglewood near Rogers Park. Like, all this stuff is, now it's only 6 miles from each other, but it's going to take a good 20, 30 minutes to get there because traffic. But yeah, all this is why when these celebrities come and they get to posting where they at in LA, like, yo, I'm currently right here. This is why bad things happen. Everybody knows where that's at. And you're 6 miles from everyone, from all the bad spots. I know that I've never been to Oakland, but Vel stated Alameda got the bitches though. Is that a true statement? Alameda. I don't know too much about Oakland, honestly. I don't even know Alameda. I know Oakland from the parts that I lived in and walked through. So we used to go to the Marcus Garvey bookstore. I used to have to walk to some girl got killed at the BART station in Oakland that I used to have to take frequently. And I forget her name. But she got killed there. It was a huge case too. She got killed there around the time where I was living out there. Because I remember seeing like her candlelight vigils and like her posters everywhere. So I know Oakland that way, but I'm not tapped in enough to know the Alameda and all this. Because I went to school in SF. So I had to walk from, I'll probably know a little bit more about SF, Market Street and, you know, North Station and all that.
Daylight, as far as rapping, breaking down bars lyrically, he's top tier when it came down to this battle. So now, not all the records, but the AO record, to me, he won. That was the best bars, the best delivery, everything when it came down to this whole shit.
The jungle is where the movie White Men Can Jump. Have you seen Training Day? If you've seen Training Day, that's the jungle. That final scene in Training Day with Denzel, that's the jungle.
So how you feel about this? Because we packing shit out. Ain't no heads or face. Yeah, how you feel about why ain't nobody having his back from New York? If they feel we packing them out.
They are though.
Hold on. You talking about who?
They did.
Niggas jumped in.
Kai Cash jumped in. Loaded Lux jumped in.
Yeah, the CJ. What's his name?
CJ Loaded Lux. The battle rapper.
Your dog said you turn one corner from any nice area in LA, you're in the hood. Yeah, the thing about LA is you might not even recognize you in the hood. You might not even recognize you in the hood. Because it's just houses. It's not like there are certain things, like in the South, you know, in the hood, you're in the hood if you see the project buildings. No. Like it's houses and palm trees. There would be times I'm driving, like because I worked in LA, I'll try to find shortcuts to get to work faster. So it would take me through streets. There would be times I didn't even realize I was in the hood until I read the street sign. Like I'm on Hoover and what? Nah, let me get up out of here, bro, and never take this direction again. We just gonna stay on the freeway, bro.
We're talking about
CJ Fly.
Oh, after we did our
Hold on, hear me out. But they're gonna battle rap in person?
Yeah, they got an upcoming battle.
So there's more promo for Loaded Lux.
Yeah, as far as that,
for him. But who else jumped in?
Kai Cash. He was just on.
I don't know who that is.
He was just on Community. He signed DJ Drama.
Shout out
His shit was hard too.
And he's from New York.
He's from New York.
He's from New York.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ray Vaughn is a beast on the mic. I ran into very few people that were not impressed with him after being exposed. You don't have to like him, but he's proven himself. I mean, he ain't proved nothing to me. I mean, his album was cool. His album proved more than the battle with Joey did for me. He got to drop just better, more music. He should be dropping music right now. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, Waka Flocka Heart in the Paint video. Yeah, that was in the Jungles too. True Thought says, where in LA do you recommend? I don't recommend LA. Okay, I'm from LA and I don't even be there. Like I find that the people who grew up in LA the people who grew up in LA, they want to live in Orange County. They want to live in Rancho Cucamonga. I know very few people who live in LA who just want to be there. I don't recommend being in LA personally. Like if I'm gonna be in LA, I'm gonna be in Malibu or something. I'm gonna be by the ocean somewhere. Like
Had his back. It's 3 people.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the people over there on the East Coast that has an opinion, whether it was a podcast.
Inglewood is where the movie The Wood was filmed. Yeah, I used to live right there. Remember that? Remember the scene in The Wood where they robbed that little where they steal from the liquor store? Yeah, we used to, as kids, we used to all walk to that liquor store as kids and shoplift. I think the owners knew we was stealing candy and stuff, but we used to shoplift that same liquor store. I still go over there. They got an Ethiopian restaurant that's really good right across the street from that.
Or whatever, is a blogger or whatever the case may be, they want to rack up as many wins as they can because New York is not doing shit, and I understand. You know what I mean? And the West Coast we have one of the biggest artists right now that's winning. He's going to He's going to continue to win. So you kind of
I don't agree with that.
They want to rack up as many wins as they can because New York is not doing shit, and I understand.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. New York ain't doing nothing. LA, West Coast, California, we also not doing nothing. Neither New York nor California has notable up-and-coming artists. I'll just say LA, because I don't know. The Bay Area, they always got their own thing going on, so I'll exclude the Bay Area from this. Neither of us really got nothing going on, to be honest. The classic movie, The Wood is a great movie. I love West Coast gangsters on the internet. They tell you where not to go. I don't know. I feel like if you don't go to LA, I don't know. You can go wherever you want to, man. When I'm in LA, I go wherever I want to, but it's also places I avoid too. Kendrick has West Coast on his back. Other than that, no one, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I mean? And the West Coast we have one of the biggest artists right now that's winning. He's going to He's going to continue to win. So you kind of want that. You kind of want that win. So I get it with the bias takes that they have, but I felt like, and everybody else probably felt like when Joey Badass and Absol did that freestyle together, we knew it wasn't beef.
Yes.
And we can give an honest take on who we felt like was the better artist or the better song being produced. You know what I mean?
I think even Absol won that.
That's what I'm just trying to say. Whoever won it, but I'm just saying them going at it together. It's like, okay, it's free range for us to give our take on it and not have to be on some rap shit and not have to be biased. Because we can go, if we feel like it was some beef West Coast, we feel like
Zero said he liked LA because, what'd you say? One thing I love about California music, they gonna talk about the streets and locations. They do it so well. It feel like a verbal Google Maps. Yeah. See, I'm not, one place in LA I don't have, or not LA County that I don't have much experience in is Compton. Like I have friends who lived out there. I got family. I did an interview in Compton, like with one of my family members, but I'm not like super familiar with Compton. Like Compton is kind of far from where I grew up. Like Compton is kind of far. Like Compton, it's kind of far. So I don't really have much experience, but I've driven through it before because I used to live in Long Beach. So when Kendrick starts talking about certain stuff, oh yeah, I was at the Looters Park, at the Rosecrans next to that Church's Chicken. There will be times where I'll be driving by that. I'll be like, oh, is that the Church's Chicken Kendrick was talking about? Yeah, California rappers, they do that a lot though. They describe places very, like, if you're from LA, you know exactly what they're talking about.
It was some beef. I don't give a damn if Smack start rapping. We gonna like, nigga, that nigga killed you.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Body bag. But that's the point of
like, for
somebody saying be biased for the coast.
I mean,
that's what that is.
Yeah, Bay Area artists are getting old and newer talent is not as abundant as before. See, I can't. The Bay Area, even though they're so close to us, they have their own music scene completely. So I can't even speak on what's going on out there. I would have to be out there. I'll have to be out there to know what's going on. So shout out to the Bay though. I know La Russell popping, but to the people in the Bay, they might be looking at La Russell like this is old news. We championing so-and-so, EBK so-and-so, whatever they saying.
Yeah, I mean, if it's seeing why I'm saying that is
you
because
saying
different situations.
It's real serious.
So if this is different situation.
If it's on, it's on.
But if it's on,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like
different situations.
Like if it was like, so the Kendrick shit got serious. So
yeah, we all got.
I get what you're saying.
We all got.
So you think Absol and Joey Badass doing that kind of ruined what we thought was going to be a lot more serious?
No,
not ruin it.
They're friends. They always been friends.
It's kind of a good thing that they did that. It showed like, all right, because people probably looked at it like it was only real beef.
Yeah, it kind of put tensions down. And that's all we'll watch from Figgmunity. I just thought I would get their opinion on that after we got Wayno's opinion. We gonna read the chat, then we gonna Yo, I gotta eat something. I gotta eat something. We gonna read the chat? I gotta eat something. You know what I mean? Pause, though. Yo, y'all are crazy. Y'all ain't sus, yo. The blog era was the last era where you had dope MCs that had skill and staying power. Blog era rappers still running the game. Right, I agree. That's facts.
Facts.
After the blog era, we did have the SoundCloud era, where we got artists like GoldLink, Bryson Tiller, Sango, Doja Cat. SoundCloud era, you know, Uzi SoundCloud? Uzi Vert? So SoundCloud era was also one of those moments where we had a nice little new wave of artists. But yeah, it wasn't as good as the blog era, but it was still nice. See, you know what I noticed? We get waves of new rappers when we have new technology. Like the blog era rappers, Kendrick, Drake, Nicki, Future, all that, they came to prominence, and social media was a big reason why. Social media started catching on. And then there's this new way, new technology where artists can market their music, put themselves out there. And then you have SoundCloud. This is like this new app, you know, kind of new streaming type of thing where artists can put themselves out there, and it's free for the consumer. Where Spotify and all that, Spotify was still trying to pick up. There was a point where Spotify was still invite only, you know. So SoundCloud was not invite only. We haven't had a wave of new artists, but we also ain't had new technology in which people can put music out. And I think that's when we're going to get the next new wave of artists. It's going to be a new technology. Some might say AI. I don't know if that's the answer. It's going to be a new technology, a new app, something that does something different. And then I think that's how we're going to get our next new wave of artists. But yeah, the blog era MCs, this is like LeBron in his, in 40 years old. You know, Kendrick and Drake and even Tyler, the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, even Vince Staples. These guys have had longer careers. They've been in it so long. They've had longer careers than many of the hip hop greats. Like, they're only going to be rapping for so much longer, man. And we don't got a new wave of MCs to replace them at all. So, really wish Mac Dre would have lived longer. Yeah, shout out Mac Dre, the Jacka. I know a little bit, but I know a little bit. P-Lo, yeah, I know a little bit. That's I knew better. Yeah, all that. I know a little bit of bass stuff. This is why Joey Washington was great. Yeah, I think we're taking the wrong message as a hip hop content creator community on YouTube. I think people look at the Joey battle and think, yo, the West, they did their thing. They lost, but they did their thing. No, the message that should be taken is the guys that we think on the West Coast that are next are actually not. Because Joey just watched them all in year 15. He just watched them all in year 15. Joe Louis said, I can go to Watts. Hell no. Like, if you're not from LA, I don't know why you would want to go to Watts anyways. Like, I don't know. That's not a place you should be going anyways. There ain't shit out there like to be visiting like that. You know what I mean? But you want to see Compton Community College? You want to see MLK Hospital? Like, there's no reason to be in Watts unless you live out there. Unless you got family out there. Most black people in America live in the South. Most black cultures comes from there, and it makes sense. New York and Cali dominating was never going to last. What point are you trying to make there? Yes, it's true. Most black people in America live in the South. Yes, all black American culture stems from the South because that's kind of our port of entry, right? New York and California was never going to last. What do you mean, like their dominance in hip hop? I think it's going to go back and forth. I think it's going to go back and forth from the South to the East to the West. New York just got to find their sound. The South got their sound. We got our sound. New York don't have a sound. They kind of like jocking off everybody else. West Coast looking delusional. All y'all in the chat been on point for tonight? Yeah. Chat been good tonight. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the lurkers, man. You watching, you still watching, you ain't in the chat. That's all good. Just hit like and subscribe. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Sango Fire. Yeah, Soul Action Radio. I still listen to Soul Action Radio to this day. Where we at in the chat? Watts Cafe Fire. Shout out to the Serving Spoon in LA. That's great breakfast food right there. It's called the Serving Spoon, right? Hold on, let me see. Serving. I ain't been in years. I wonder if they still exist. Yeah, Serving Spoon. It's in Inglewood. Ate there many times, many times. The next tech change should be a combo of physical and digital. If Lupe wasn't bootlicking, what? His other idea, not the AI, was a good idea. Yeah, we'll see, man. See, it's gonna be an app. It's gonna be something that presents a new or refreshed way to listen to music. Kind of how social media did, kind of how SoundCloud did. And that's when we're gonna get like a wave of new artists. That's just how it's been the past 20 years, for us at least. Do you think hip hop will fade in popularity like rock and metal? Yeah. Hip hop is not gonna be relevant forever. But I think just black people will create something else. If hip hop fades, black people's gonna create something else. Like, that's just what it is. And that's gonna be the new hip thing to listen to. The drill sound is New York sound. Nah, drill is Chicago. Drill is Chicago, and then like the way New York does it, they're kind of taking some of UK's grime music. They're kind of taking like the rolling bass and all that and the hi-hats. They kind of taking that. They're taking the rolling bass from UK grime. They're taking the hi-hats from Chicago and like the content, the murder raps from Chicago. Yeah, and Lasky said he's a one-man show. Y'all like and subscribe. Facts. Yeah. Blockchain will change music and rap. We'll see. Kendrick will run hip-hop until a new fresh sound is created and trends. Maybe. Maybe rage rap. No, I'm good on that. Good off that. Being able to own stock in an artist like NIL deal will change music. So you think that's the blockchain thing? Okay. So that's a good point. Kendrick is trying to diversify things by stirring his beef up. But if another mumble rappers drops a hit album, we're back to 3 years ago. Yeah, imagine if Kendrick and Drake didn't happen. 2024 is not the hip hop year that it was. This whole Joey Badass thing doesn't happen. Like if Kendrick and Drake didn't battle last year, what will be going on in hip hop right now? What will be going on? Yo, Kendrick and Drake saved this. They saved it. I want to see Watts. It's the Place of Menace to Society movie. Like I don't know. So you watch Menace to Society and that makes you want to go to Watts? Yo. I don't know what about Menace to Society will make you want to go there. But I mean, have fun, I guess. But anyway, that's all we got for today. Hey, one last reminder, refresher. Plenty of new content on the channel. We got the Joey Bad 1999 Cult Classic mixtape. If you want a long form video, and we got the Pusha T video. If you want a long form, we covered a Joey Badass beef. At a certain point, I just got bored of it. I didn't cover like the last couple diss tracks. You know, the Crash Dummy and then the AO by Daylight. I didn't cover those. I just got bored of it. But yeah, plenty of content on the channel to hold y'all over. So anyways, somebody said, what time is it? It's 9 p.m. here. It's time to eat. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This is top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.